Well, hello, test, test, test. Where's my mic?
Rock and roll.
You got it soloed there, fella.
What?
Agree?
Oh, shit.
Check one, check one. Okay, there we are. It's always something here at the Old Graybeard Podcast. We, we're not a major production. It's just me and my trusty cohort over here, Patrick. And we're just doing the damn thing. So with me tonight, it's kind of fitting, I will say this young lady owns a vintage shop, and I'm going to tell you, I mean, you couldn't get more vintage than this. I'm, just old. But at any rate, everybody say hello to Miss Alexis Dillard. Alexis Marie Dillard.
Oh, yeah. The Marie's important.
I got to put that in there because it's my daughter's middle name.
Love it.
So, Miss Alexis, we were talking earlier, and I was like thinking to myself, we got to stop talking because we're just going to go through all the good stuff. But let me just start by saying, or asking, like, are you from Jacksonville?
No, I am actually from Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
I was born in Nashville and raised in Chattanooga.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What brought you to Jax?
I was kind of drugged by my hair when I was 16 years old.
Kicking and screaming?
Yes, literally kicking and screaming. I remember just bawling my eyes out the day because I had a boyfriend at the time. I had, been with my classmates since preschool. So it was a really hard adjustment, transition for me. But I'm so thankful that my mom did do that.
How old were you, said? 16?
So to give you the full picture, I lived in Nashville until I was like 4.
Okay.
And then my parents divorced. And then I moved to Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Yeah.
And then I was there until I was 16. And then I split high school. So going into junior year, I moved to St. Augustine. And it was kind of like no rhyme or reason. My mom was just like, let's just move to St. Augustine.
Yeah.
So we did. And
well, it's the beach area. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, St. Augustine really is
There's
beautiful.
a lot of history. I love going to St. Augustine.
Very enriched.
I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but we have you been out there lately? There's a guy that does Captain Jack Sparrow impersonation. He was on the podcast.
That's so St. Augustine.
Yeah. And
I
he
love it.
got into costume right here on the live. It was kind of interesting.
Had to give people what they want. You
You
had to give them the
know,
full.
Had to give them the full Monty for sure. Well, we didn't go that far. Yikes.
Not that kind of show.
No, we try to keep it
I'm blushing. I'm like, oh
PG-13-ish.
Ish.
Because PG-13 I think is one F-bomb.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I feel like PG-13 is definitely different than it was when I was younger too. I feel like kids are so exposed.
Yeah.
Like they're fazed by nothing.
Oh no. Yeah. I mean, well, they see it all in anime.
Oh.
There's a lot of anime out there, and I watch a lot of anime, and sometimes I'm like, hey, this is just on Prime. This is on Hulu. What are you doing?
Yeah, I grew up with Airbender, and I feel like there was a lot of violence in Airbender. What's it called? Yeah, something like that.
Avatar.
Yeah,
Avatar. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. So you moved to St. Augustine, and then you were like, when you became an adult, you were like, I'm out of here. And you do you like stay in the Jax area now? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I live on Beach and Hodges, which is really nice. I used to live like on the beach, and then when I bought
Switched
my condo,
one beach for another.
yeah, just one bridge over. I'm not this far over.
Right.
This is like like this
Easy.
is real far. Yeah.
Hey,
This
calm down.
Yeah, boonies.
in the boonies.
We are a little further out than most, but I could say the same for you. Y'all are far away from me. Everything in Jacksonville or surrounding areas, the greater Jacksonville area, is like 30 to 45 minutes away.
A trillion miles away.
Yeah.
In what worlds? People would come from any other city and be like, "What is
Why?
going on? How?
Yeah.
Who did this?"
Yeah, people that are like are used to like walking everywhere. Like people from New York would probably. I mean, I would imagine there's a lot of people here from New York. I see tags all the time.
Oh yeah.
And they probably freak out because they're used to being able to walk down the street and get somewhere or whatever. But
Hop, skip, and a jump, subway, taxi,
take a rickshaw, something. But yeah, it is definitely. It's a different kind of town.
We should have our own
Jax.
airport for our own city.
Really?
Like
Like West Side, North Side,
like
South
to
Side.
commute between like helicopters.
Oh, okay, helicopter.
I need to copter over to
I have
this
always
podcast.
said that.
Uber helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
No, for real. Maybe
I have
we should
always
start
said
that.
Helicopter service.
When this gets started,
Like an Uber.
we get the money for that.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah, copyright.
Yeah, trademark.
You heard it right here. Trademark. I don't know how that works.
I think
Smiling
Kobe
so
tried
big
that,
right
didn't
now.
he?
Say what?
Never mind, that was a bore.
Oh, did you try to tell a joke, Pat? Damn it, I missed it.
I said, didn't Kobe try that?
R.I.P.
Oh, yeah, you
R.I.P.
can't. That's
All
too
right.
too soon.
We
Too
have
soon.
we have a few in here though. Tyshawn, Josie, Taylor, they're all obsessed with Disco Dolly. They really
Woo!
are.
Yeah, buddy.
Hi.
And for those that don't know, we've talked about the Jacksonville fashion experience a bunch of times. The guys and girls that that started the thing and kind of put it all together. And I call it a thing. It's like a entity now. But Alexis was featured in the Jacksonville fashion experience, so that's kind of cool. What was your experience like doing that?
Yeah, so I've known Elliot for years. Him and I used to serve at Ponte Vedra Inn and Club together.
Nice.
So back in the OG days. So him and I went through the trenches together. I do love Ponte Vedra Inn and Club.
Yeah.
But he messaged me randomly one day and he was like, I'm going to come to your pop-up today. And I had sourced a couple of vendors who we'll get to in a second. And he was like, I'm going to come see you. I haven't seen you in forever. So he comes and he was like, we're doing this fashion show and you like need to be a part of it. And I was like, say less. I'm being a yes girl in 2024. Like if it fits, my direction and like my my goals, like I'm going to say yes. So I pulled over Keeks Vintage, who is one of the vendors, and Savage at Peace, who I've known both of them for quite some time now. And I'm like, we need to do this. And they said, yes.
Let's roll.
Yeah, so it was a really cool experience. That's kind of how it got started.
Mm-hmm.
What was your original question? How was my experience in the...
Yes, because I had Tyshawn on from Stay Young, and
he's so sweet.
He's awesome. He got to stop making cool clothes because like I have no fashion sense whatsoever. Okay, I'm like black pants, gray shirt, gray pants, black shirt.
Black is a vibe. It's a vibe within itself. So don't
My
give
dogs
yourself
are going bananas. Sorry.
I'm sure people watching the webcast love a little pepper doodle action.
Something.
Spice it up a
Not
little
sure
bit.
what's going on with them, but anyways, we'll just talk over them. They'll eventually shut up. Wow.
Wow.
And he was great, and I love him, and it's great. I actually wanted to have you on, not just because of the JFE. I wanted that to be part of the conversation, but I'm interested in your business and everything that you do, and like, just I have so many questions.
I have all the answers.
Right. So back to the original question.
Yes.
What was your experience with the JFE? How was that?
From start to finish, it was so surreal because I have always had this, can't even say love, but like obsession for not only fashion, but what fashion can do for people. Like I've really seen people like transform into complete butterflies from just how it makes their energy and how it makes them feel.
I don't know how that feels.
We'll work on that. I'll put you in a
I need to get an all white outfit for tomorrow. But, I don't like white.
Yeah, I don't do well in white.
Yeah.
You probably won't find one white item in my closet because I'm either going to spill something on it, get makeup on it. Like,
same.
Like there's no chance in heck. Yeah.
I bought a T-shirt from That Lucky Fool, and he sent me the
so
white
funny.
one.
Yeah.
And I had it. I put it on when it came in. I took it out of the package. I put it on. I had a podcast that night. I was going to wear it on the show, and we ate dinner. And everything, nothing.
Wait, your McDonald's?
No, she made stew that night.
Oh,
and,
stew in a white shirt, like please.
Yeah.
In what world?
But I did good. I didn't get anything on it.
Oh.
Right up until the time I went and put everything in the sink and I turned the water on and it went.
Oh.
Fuck.
You like it's almost to the finish line.
Dude, it just me and white don't work.
The universe said nar.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Nar.
Nar. It's like a mix of Australian and pirate, but.
For sure.
But the experience was so cool because I've always wanted to do something elevated where I can really showcase my style and like how I perceive clothes and of course interact with the models. And so just being able to meet first they said, Alexis, you're going to have like 8 to 10 models. And I was like, okay, I can totally do that. By the time the fashion show happened, I had like 18 to 20.
Whoa.
And of course, we had a variety of heights and frames and all kinds of stuff. So it just made it so interesting to keep going back to the drawing board. And
so you had to like clothe everybody individually
from head to toe, which for me was just so cool. It like really put my talent to the test. It really proved to me that I could pull it together, because we pulled it together
Oh,
actually
yeah.
really quickly.
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't
looked
like
amazing.
a 3 or 4 month project. It was like a month and a half or
Yeah.
something. So
Well, yeah, you guys did awesome. I mean, I didn't get to stay the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Cam. The next one, he's already threatened me. He's gonna get a bodyguard and sick him on me. So yeah, I'm not allowed to leave until the end.
I
But,
love that.
Yeah, because I'm old, and I got to get home before 8:30 and go to bed. But
how old are you? I feel like you've mentioned your age so many times.
I'm 47.
47. Oh, stop it.
I'm as old as I've ever been. I'm older than I've ever been.
You're
right now.
older than you were yesterday, and
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, yep, for sure.
30 seconds. Right now. Just now. Yeah, I every day I wake up and I feel like it's not going to be much longer.
Oh my gosh, do not.
That wasn't a joke, but all right.
Oh wait, hold on, wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, see, like unlike you, I don't
Mm-hmm.
eat healthy. I don't eat clean, which I probably need to take a page
Mm.
from your book. And, that's what we're here to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and take as many notes from this podcast as I can.
I got your back.
I've opened and closed like 4 businesses, and I think everything you see all this shit on Instagram where these people are like, you got to fail to succeed, and I'm like, how many fucking times?
Right. Like, where is the threshold of
Right.
failing?
Yeah, it just gets old.
I see that, but I also think that it's just really builds a lot of character. And I know that sounds probably like so silly goose or so like
Yeah.
whatever, like eye roll,
Cliche.
but cliche is
Yeah.
probably the best word. But I've definitely failed a lot of times.
Have
but the
you?
one time that you succeed, it just feels, it's like a high that nothing
clicks.
else in this world can give you. When you feel a little bit of success. Like,
Yeah.
for example, I'm at school at UNF, and I have a 4.0, and
Oh
I
my
take
gosh.
so much pride in
awesome.
what I do for school. And people are like, well, what are you going to use your degree for? Like, are you going to try to...
Stay close.
Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry.
You can pull it with you if you want.
Okay.
If you want to lean back.
Yeah, I
there you
actually
go.
think that feels really
That's how
comfortable.
Jen does it. She goes,
Yeah,
"Alright,
lean back. Okay, now that I know that's an option, I'll definitely take you up on
Sure.
that.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
So you go to school, you have a 4.0.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be able to use your degree?
Right, and that's where I was going with it, because I have started my own business, and this is my plan A. I did not create a plan B. Like, this is
Wow.
what I want to do for the rest of my life, and it will evolve. I want it to grow and me to do more than what I'm currently doing, but like I never want to have to apply for a job ever.
Yeah.
So for me, going back to school is just to prove to myself, like, I can do this. Like, we're only in this world once.
Yeah.
Like, if I can do it, I want to try to do it, and I'm going to do it well. So 4.0.
I like that.
To
So
the floor.
you've never had like a regular job?
Oh my gosh, I've had so many regular
Oh,
jobs.
okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. We're just moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward. I've been
Okay.
in a lot. So like, worked in the restaurant industry. So I've been in the gravel with that.
I don't know why I asked that question because you said you worked with Elliot.
Yeah.
Duh.
No, I do that all the time. Sometimes I like word vomit before.
I used to smoke a lot of weed.
Oh, ditto.
I don't do
That's
it
why my
anymore.
voice is kind of raspy.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
No vocal cord surgeries can save my raspy voice
No?
at this point. No. But
Well, listen, raspy. What was it, Kathleen Turner? She had a raspy voice.
Mm-hmm.
It was sexy.
I think I've always kind of naturally had a raspy voice, but I grew up in a cigarette smoking home growing up.
Same.
I like to talk loud when I'm.
Get with it. Come on, let's go.
Turn the
Yeah,
mic down.
there's a lot of different
No, don't turn
factors
it-
that play.
Yeah.
It's like skirt.
Yeah, no, I mean it. Like I said, I think a little smoky tone in the voice is kind
Ooh,
of sexy. So,
thank you.
Yeah. You know how Kathleen? Fun fact: Kathleen Turner. I don't know if you know who that is. She was an actress from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
Romancing the Stone. Gosh, what else was she in? I don't even remember.
You'll have
look
to
it
do
up.
some homework. Yeah.
Yeah, but he'll pull her up. But she actually she used to put cotton balls in her mouth to train her mouth to talk with like this, like whispery, almost I can't smoky tone.
Yeah.
And eventually,
Cigar bar voice.
yeah, eventually it just trained her mouth to fall that way. And oh, well,
That's so interesting.
Those are newer
those
pictures.
are now, but she used to be hot.
That's hilarious. No, that's very interesting. But
Yeah,
sorry.
you're just
excuse
hitting
them all.
batting
Sorry,
1,000.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, she is beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's so pretty.
You know, we age. Some of us age gracefully. Some of us don't.
I don't know. Josie
Skincare
called
and
you a
water.
Yeah, Josie called you a silver fox, Joe.
Oh,
You are a
shit.
silver fox.
Wow.
I think gray. That's what's so tough about the separation between men and women and like just the differences and everything is like, I work so hard to cover my little baby grays coming in. And when men get grays, like when my man starts to gray, like it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's just, and I think there's
I've
a lot of women
embraced
that
it.
do embrace their gray and it looks beautiful on some women, especially if you're like lighter hair. I don't know. But
Yeah, I used to shave my face clean all the time, and and then
to like hide it. Yeah.
yeah, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll grow a beard. This was before this, and now I
Now
can't,
you have to
I
wear
can't
it.
shave
Yeah,
it now.
it's like
fuck.
counterproductive.
I was trimming it the other day, and I fucked up, and I went shit, so I had to go way shorter.
Go like this for me. Go like this for me.
Is it getting stuck on
There you
the
go.
on the microphone?
I've got gel in my purse if
It's
you
all
want to
good.
slurp it down.
It really. I put a straightener through it and a little balm.
It does look very.
You've got
And I'm
one
done.
It does look really straight, so it
One
makes
hair.
sense now. that
Left
you
side
said
or
that.
right
side that does not want to sit down.
I don't care.
Okay.
Get a pair of scissors and cut it off.
Well, while I have the floor, Josie hopped in and said, wearing Disco Dolly's clothes made me feel like a true model. Definitely one of the best experience representing her on the runway. Cassandra said, oh, she looking good. I love that top.
I love how he puts
Hey,
like
Cass.
inflection on these people. Like he's
Yeah.
just guessing what they sound like.
Excuse me.
Cass wanted me to say hello, so I specifically have to say hello to Cass. I don't break my promises. To
There you
anyone,
go.
so.
Shout out anybody you want.
Yeah, shout them out.
Everyone, thank you for just being on. I have a really good support system. I'm very blessed in a lot of different aspects of my life, but especially my friend group.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's my friend.
Hi,
That's
friend.
it. That's it. That's all
You're
I got.
my new friend now too.
I'm kidding, Josie and everybody else. I love all of you guys. I mean, but like the collab crew, they I'm very antisocial. Capricorn.
Really?
Yeah. Especially after my last like kind of business thing fell apart, I was just like,
Just
I'm
not
good.
motivated. Yeah.
I'm good. Because, like, they say, I don't believe in the whole horoscope thing, not to get onto that, but like I told you, we might veer. But, like, I don't believe in that stuff. But everything I read about Capricorns are like,
You're like, oh.
they'll be your best friend, like, thick and thin, go through the fire with you, but you piss them off once and they're fucking done with you.
Yeah.
That's me.
I think Capricorns are the most rare sign, they say.
I'm King Capricorn.
King Capricorn.
Yeah, because I'm.
That would be a
you
good
know, like
podcast
the,
name
the
if you-
moon, the sun, all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm Capricorn all the way across.
I'm triple Aquarius.
Really?
Yeah. What they say is actually like so rare.
Yeah.
Triple Aquarius.
It's crazy.
I've had my thing read, whatever, like multiple times,
Yeah.
and I've been told that. And then the last time they said it was Aquarius, like Scorpio or something,
Yeah.
or whatever it was. But
Just take
very
the first
interesting.
one.
Yeah, I'll just
go with that
I'll
one.
stick with the triple.
Yeah, because it's unique. That's when it's funny because she's into that stuff, and she like started asking
Your
me.
wife?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I've been there, done that.
Hold on.
Never again.
One more.
Can you believe my words?
No, it's fine. You're not the first person to do that, but no, she's not my wife.
Marriage is overrated.
We don't.
anyways.
Neither one of us ever want to do that again.
Especially if you've already been through it. Like, you've been there,
Right.
done that. Like, why?
Like I love her ex-husband, and she's still friends with
Oh,
him.
that's sweet. I feel like that's a really cool
yeah.
relationship to have.
It doesn't go the other way though. Everybody's kind of like, you know what, we're good.
Yeah.
At any rate, what was I saying? But
I know
yeah,
we're all
she's-
over the place.
No,
but
yeah,
I
it's
love
good.
it.
It's
Remember we were
good.
talking about conversations are like trees.
Yeah.
And we can branch out here and there, but we can always go back to our roots eventually.
Someone else
So,
said
no-
that,
no
and I
problem.
made the joke that but my trees kind of like come back around like an incestual tree. I don't,
You're making my cheeks hurt. I'm probably making the weirdest face because like
No.
I cannot stop smiling. Like
Good. That's my goal. Make you
It's
laugh
so
a little
fun.
bit. Well, I just want to have fun. We just cut up a little bit, but yeah.
We were
man.
talking about
She started asking me all the questions.
Yeah.
And so I started texting my mom, and she's like, "What?" After the third question, she goes, "Run." Because she's like, don't get with one of them. That's a joke. She didn't say that. She just gave me all the info. And interestingly enough, I was like, because I joked with her. I said, she goes, what's your moon, rising, sun,
Blah, blah,
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a fucking Capricorn.
bitch.
That's it. That's all I am. And then when it came back triple Capricorns, I was
Yeah.
like, King Capricorn.
Interesting.
That's what's up.
I feel like if it is true, you say you don't think it is. Who knows? Who freaking knows? But if it was true, I feel like that's why I get decision paralysis so many times, because there's just so much of just Aquarius and we have nothing to balance us sometimes. So we
I don't know much about the other signs. I only know about Capricorn.
Aquariuses are one of the best.
Is it?
Shout out to
I
my
believe it.
Aquarius babies.
I
yeah.
agree. I believe it. So, like, what is the deal with Aquarius? Like, what is y'all's shtick?
So they say that we're just like very unconventional and we're
Okay.
very just like so almost extremely unique that it's like hard for us to fit in a category.
Mm-hmm.
And I can relate to that because I feel like I've always been popular, but not too popular where I'm like with the super popular kids, but I can relate to the kids that sit by themselves at lunch and be super friends with them, but I'm not that weird where like they want to invite me in their friend group. So I'm just kind of like floating,
Okay,
you know,
I see
in
what
this
you're saying.
solar system of like where the heck
So
do
you
I
can
go?
you can kind of chameleon with everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
I feel like I can genuinely be on a yacht and talk to someone about business and like feel elevated in conversation.
And then go play D&D with the
Or
nerds.
I can literally sit under a bridge with a homeless man and like really get his story.
I
And
wouldn't
like
do that.
genuinely like want to do that.
Don't do that.
You're like your safety first.
Safety first.
But
Ladies and gentlemen, don't do that.
but I
throw
feel
the
like
shit
I
out the window.
do have the capacity to kind of like float in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Universes.
that's cool. You probably wouldn't have talked to me in high school. I was a band geek.
I was a band geek too.
Were you really? What'd you play?
I was first chair flute for a while.
What?
Mhm.
Not the flute.
And then I was a cheerleader, and then in leadership.
I was
so
a drumline. I never did that, but yep.
He's like, that's actually a first. He's like, you're on your own planet, girl. You're not wrong. You ain't lying.
Although, give you props for your drum talk, because we did do that. We'd be sitting around in the drum. Yeah. You know, just tapping on fucking everything.
If you can't do drum talk, you're not a real drummer.
Yeah,
in
my mom's table had like a divot
Mm-hmm.
into it from where I would beat on it, you know, and then at school, they used to call us dummers.
What does that mean?
What-
Instead of drummers?
Yeah,
like
we're
just
dumb.
You're just dummers.
Yeah,
I see.
our band teacher called us dummers.
Oh, bless your heart.
And he'd be like, "Hey, stop playing on that chair. Beat on your head instead. You'll hear it better." So we'd be like, "Okay," you know, we were kind of dumb.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah. Anyways, back to you. Enough about me. I feel like Johnny Bravo. Enough about you. Let's talk about me. Do you remember? You don't remember Johnny Bravo?
Oh
do you?
heck yeah, I remember
Okay.
Johnny with the big hair.
Hoo-ha! Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Hell yeah.
I would have to sneak to watch it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "Courage the Cowardly Dog." Absolutely not.
Oh my God, I love Courage.
I know because it's kind of like if you kind of go back
It's
and
kind of
look,
grimacing.
it's very yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Eustace
bizarre.
was my favorite character. I related so much to him.
Eustace.
Yeah, useless. It's Eustace. Anyways, how long ago? You said
ADHD at its finest.
right, and squirrel trails. So you said you started multiple businesses and they failed. What kind of stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
This is my first. Disco Dolly's my first business.
Okay.
I
I said that.
you said that.
Jesus.
I have worked in many other businesses,
Okay.
and I really felt like, at the time, like I've been in med sales.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked in plastic surgery, which is helping people feel good too.
Yeah.
I was in the service industry when I was younger, like when I was first in college, but I've always given my heart and my soul to those industries, and I feel like, especially in sales, it's just never enough. Like you can have the greatest month of all time of history, but it doesn't matter next month because
Right.
it starts over. And all my girlfriends watching, I was in sales with them, so they get it. And so I just never felt enough. I never felt appreciated. And I got to this point where I was just like, if I put this much energy and effort into someone else's company, like bet that I'm going to survive and grow and flourish when I start my own. So I think that's really the driving factor and like what kind of like ignited my fire, like
Right.
starting Disco Dolly.
It's like, when was it that you knew that you were going to step out on your own?
It was my last med sales job here in Jacksonville, and I actually really enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed the people I worked with, but no job is perfect. There's always something that's like, really, is this really happening right now? But there was a point where I was just like, I can do this. Like I have the wits about me, and like I have enough drive and enough like. I think everyone needs a why. Everyone can say like, I sell clothes, or I do skincare, or I like have a podcast. This is what I do, but it's more of like, why do you do what you do? Like, what is your mission in doing that?
Right.
What are your goals? And so I have a few strong whys as to like why I do what I do, I guess.
So what are the whys?
So
You had to know. You say it. I'm gonna say why. What are the whys?
well, back to what I said earlier is it's really incredible. We all just want to feel like connected on earth. I think that as humans, like we're all so different, but I
Yeah.
think the main thing that connects us is the yearning for connection. And I feel like that is my main way of connecting with humans is through clothes.
Okay.
And that's like my love language is to like.
Have you always been fashionable?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. My mom worked in department stores growing up. Like it's called Belk now, but it used to be like Castronaut and then Profits, and now it's Belk. So she was there like the whole transition all the way through.
Nice.
So I'd be like wearing Tommy Hilfiger, like massive bell-bottom jeans with like flames coming up them in like second grade. And my like student, whatever your friends and whatever they're called, I almost said colleagues, but
Your student body.
the student body would be like, we love you, but ma'am, like what is going on?
Yeah.
And I never cared because I thought I looked so cool.
The little one, the blonde one.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
the same way. Same way. She's always in Plato's closet, swapping stuff, buying this, I not threatened, but I told them that I wanted to bring the girls, my daughter and her daughter, out to your shop.
Oh, you should.
And see and let them peruse. I mean, I'm going to bring her dad's wallet because I'm not doing it.
I just had I have all ages. Like, I think my oldest client was like 95. He bought this sick jacket from me, and I was like, pop off, king. Like take it to your grave. Literally get buried in that thing because that's sick.
Yeah.
He was like, and that's basically what he said. He was like, I'm literally going to get buried.
I'm going into hearse in this thing.
And it was almost kind of like, oh my gosh.
Wait, you're like, he leaves, and you're like, wait a minute. Is he joking?
Right. No, literally. He's like, yeah, it kind of struck me because I was like, no, he literally could be telling the truth.
Yeah, Kevorkian's waiting in the car. Calm down, fella.
And then my youngest client has been like 7, 6. So yeah, I cater to definitely a specific age group.
Right.
But I think I have the capability of like catering to all, even.
And you feel comfortable
Yeah.
like pivoting to those different age groups and demographics and whatnot.
Absolutely. And like just back to the point, like I said earlier, I feel like I can connect with a lot of different people. I think it's just like if I had to brag on myself, I think that's one of the talents I have is just being able to connect with so many.
Well, sorry.
Don't
There's
be sorry.
Dusty in here. One of the things I was thinking about today, and you could probably speak to this, but like, visual appearance is like always it's like your first impression, and it's the first impression before the first impression.
Yes.
When you see, like, if you're going on a date and the guy looks like me, you might not get a second date. I mean, he might not get a second date.
Don't be silly. You're just being such a silly goose.
I'm hard on myself. But I'm just saying, like, you go on a date, you expect somebody to kind of like, at least try, put forth some effort.
Yes.
I don't do that. It's like, if you don't like me, it's cool. But no, it's your first impression, even when just meeting someone. And we do whether we pay attention, like,
our subconscious is
our
always paying
subconscious
attention.
is always paying attention.
Yes.
Like,
and
those are bold colors or whatever. You don't think about it
Right.
until later.
In class, I'm in one of my leadership classes, we talk about, and communication, we always talk about first impressions and how you literally can't redo a first impression. It's
Right.
like the one thing that you literally cannot redo, and our subconscious really truly does latch on. Maybe we can like try to recoup, like if we've maybe we were intoxicated when we first met someone, or we said the wrong thing, or like you said, like we just weren't dressed properly for an occasion. Like our subconscious will always hold that attached
Pull it
to
back
you.
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's important. It's important. And so I really try to take what I'm good at, clothes, and try to get your vibe. Like you say, you like all black and you're kind of like neutral, or like, I wouldn't say basic, but I would definitely
Very basic.
I would just say like traditional.
Josie and Cam keep thinking they're going to do a makeover with me, and then we're going to go do a shoot. So,
But that's like what's fun about being a human
luck.
is like we don't have to be categorized as like this is my uniform.
Yeah.
We have like these different segments of us and like almost like characters that we can play into, and then we can go back to ourselves whenever we're
For sure.
ready. So it's like I'm wearing all black, which is so weird. Usually I'm in like the craziest patterns and the craziest colors, but today I felt like being neutral.
You're like, he's got a red backdrop. I'm going to
Yeah.
wear something so I stand out.
So exactly. And I knew that you guys wear black from watching the podcast. So I was like, I want to match. And so
Yeah.
that's a character that I'm playing now to
I
vibe
gotcha.
with you, and then you can pop back out.
That makes sense. I mean, I've always felt self-conscious about like trying to change my style. I used to be one of those little weird kids. Like when I was little, I had 2 older sisters, and I got hand-me-downs from my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was obviously things that were like more unisex or like, you know, androgynous, you know, people, it's not like this is a girl thing, but I did wear a shirt that said Hot Pursuit on it. You know, I'm just saying it was in the elementary
Okay, this is my sister's.
Yeah, right. You know, and they have these little turquoise Converse that like, I don't know. Anyways, I would get their hand-me-downs. It was always weird, and I didn't care about, I didn't even brush my hair until I think until I was like 7.
You're giving like horse girl energy, and I love it.
Horse girl?
Do you remember that horse girl?
I don't know anything about it. You might have to remember.
I don't know
Remind
if,
me.
So back in like so I'm 30, but back when I was growing up, can the camera see when he looks up stuff? They can.
Once he gets it, he'll plop it on there.
So horse girl energy is basically like there was like a group of girls, and I guess some guys could be male energy could be in these groups too, but they would literally like at recess like neigh and like play like they're horses. Like act like horses.
Okay.
And so if
seen
someone's
these.
like weird, they would be like, oh, that's really horse girl energy. Like just like very odd like behavior. But like, you know what? Bring back horse girl energy, because I think if you have the confidence to like do whatever the heck you want to do and you have no regard for like what people think about it, I think that's cool.
Well,
I think that's super cool.
I used to be like that. And then like I said, and when I got into, I want to say I was in like junior high school or something, or what do you call it, middle school?
Yeah.
My sister, Christy, she thought it would be cool. Back then, like, I don't know if you know Saved by the Bell, Zach Morris.
Heck yeah.
Like the whole like wave in the hair, like that thing was hot. So like she was like, let me try something with you. And I was like, all right. So she took me in the bathroom. Yeah, and she was like styling my hair and Aquanet everywhere.
Aquanet is so 80s. I cannot.
Bro, it was the
That's
80s.
hilarious.
I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I mean, and I liked it.
You should Google like what do horse girls look like, because like they just would always have this. I don't know. It's like everything has a stereotype. That's like how we like humans just do that to people. It's just
maybe put
whatever.
stereotype.
Horse girl energy is the opposite of big dick energy.
Whoa.
It's so funny.
So odd. But like traditionally you would see like girls
I
with
don't
like
know if I like that
long
you told me
blonde
I have that
hair, like
energy.
down to their butts, like, and they would just like horse around, like neigh around. It's so interesting. Whatever.
This is crazy.
But
Sorry.
I just think people should. I think people should just do whatever the heck they want. Wear what you want to wear. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't take life so seriously.
Exactly.
Who made the rules that life's so serious?
Yeah, I don't care anymore. You know, but in high school, being a child, it's brutal.
Yeah.
You know, kids are fucking rude and mean.
I mean, it was like that when we were young. Imagine
nobody
what it's
liked my
now.
Hot Pursuit T-shirt.
I was definitely picked on. I think
Really?
bullying will always be there. Yeah. I mean, if
What did they
you're
pick on you about?
ugly, you're gonna get bullied. If you're beautiful, you're gonna get bullied. If you're
that's just
smart, you're gonna
jealousy.
get bullied. Of course. Bullying comes from all kinds of different reasons.
Yeah.
But I think of jealousy as a big
Huge.
root from bullying.
Yeah, and you know, it could be one of those things where they're getting it from home and they, you know, deflect it back on everybody that they run up on. I got bullied a lot. I was always a tiny little guy.
Really?
Yeah, till I had my growth spurt and shot up to, 5'8".
I'm surprised. I'm not taller. My dad's like 6'8", so I'm like surprised that
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'4", 5'5". I think 5'5", but everyone tells me I carry. Like I just
you have tall girl energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have horse girl energy, so I was like, let me say something nice.
I get asked all the time if I'm a dancer, and I don't know if it's because of my posture. I don't really know what I
you have
do.
a physique for it. When I was a younger man, I had a lady from like Slovenia or something. She was like, some accent, but she was a what do you call it? I guess a gymnast.
Okay.
Whatever. I guess it's gymnast, right?
Yeah,
she was a
gymnast,
teacher for kids that were doing gym, like stuff like that. And she said, "You have gymnast build," and I was like, "What?" Not now. Don't look down at my gut. But she.
You roll down the trampoline now.
Yeah. Just fall through the trampoline. But she said, "You have gymnast build," and I'm like,
I can see you have broad shoulders, and gymnast like it's a pro if you're a little shorter because you can like do your flips easier. If you're like a million feet tall, it takes a lot to get back there. So
yeah, being married just kind of puts it on you.
Puts what on you?
Weight.
Oh, I hope
Just depends on how you deal with it.
Are you close?
To marriage?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
But I am with someone who I really adore,
Yeah.
and I could see that happening for us one day.
Watching.
I know.
Make it happen,
He's a
fella.
really good person, and
Tighten up.
I feel like the relationships I've been through in the past were really character building, to say
That's
the least.
I like that.
Thank you.
You didn't say they're all fucking toxic, but character building. That's
They
good.
were very character building,
Yeah.
and it really made me appreciate like what I have now. So
You took the responsibility of your emotions.
yes,
yourself.
for what I've been through, I should be in a psych ward,
Whoa.
like for like
That's hard.
relationships, like
Wow.
insane. Like that's a whole nother thing. So, and my friends watching, like my
They
close
can
friends
attest.
can attest. Like, oh my God,
They've
it's
been
just-
there through thick and thin.
It's wild. So being with someone who's very safe and respectful of me and my boundaries, and just like really he like protects me.
Yeah, that's good.
So important.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should feel safe in a relationship.
Mm.
There's nothing worse than feeling like anything could happen at any moment.
Well, that feeling gets addictive. That feeling
Is
is
it?
so like toxicity in a relationship. It's proven that it like gives you this like dopamine spike.
Really?
Yes.
Because we always have to be at war with something.
Yeah, because it's just a constant tug of war and pull push energy, and it's just, I mean, it's very addictive.
Is that why girls like the bad guy?
I think so, and I think I was in that unfortunate loop for a really long time.
Was
I
that
think-
before or after the age of 25?
All of it.
Okay.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Well, I know where he's going, because it's
Yeah.
like you try to correlate, like, what age do you go, oh,
Like,
okay,
aha, enough is
I'm doing
enough.
this to myself.
Yes, this is self-inflicted pain
Right.
that you can get yourself out of.
Just
But yeah.
lay on a bed of nails, or like some, put some glass and lay down on it. I don't know, I mean,
If you feel like you deserve better, you probably do.
100%.
Is the motto.
100%. Yeah, I didn't know. When I got divorced, I was like, I'm broken. But then like 2 months later, I was like,
It's
my
a
blood
whole
pressure
new
got better.
world.
Oh my God, I was this close to getting put on blood pressure medicine.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Like 2-3 months later, I lost like 30 pounds, and I
Like
went.
a good 30 pounds or not a good 30?
I just dropped off. I don't know. It just happened. I had to get new clothes and went to the doctor. He was like, "You're good. Whatever you're doing,
You're clutched.
keep that shit
Stress.
up."
I know.
Yeah, I was holding. When I stress, I hold on to weight. So
Yeah.
obviously, I'm stressed. So Disco Dolly.
I've got a few comments real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go into
all right.
something.
You just cut me off,
Comment break,
commenters.
comment break.
Hold that though. Hold that.
I'll forget it, but it's fine.
So Stay Young hopped in. We got Josie hopping in. We've got Cass said giggling at the horse girl combo. Cameron says sending love and hugs. So happy to see this collab. Hee hee. Lettuce Ledger, you are so pure. And Kristen S stopped in and said Disco Dolly, sing for us, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Sing. Do you sing?
Only in smoky bars.
Right. So in the past, I did Miss America.
Really?
I did Miss Florida in the Miss America
Okay,
organization.
we're learning. This is what this is about. Keep going.
And so I've sang my whole life growing up. My dad's a singer. My grandfather is
Really?
a singer. And it's really unfortunate that my voice does sound kind of hoarse because I can't really sing right now. And
You can't sing because your voice sounds like that?
Yeah,
or-
just because just overuse, honestly. Like when I do pop-ups for Disco Dolly, I'm always vending and like a music,
loud.
DJs, rock and roll, whatever
Right.
the scenario is, and I'm like screaming
got
over
just-
people.
yeah.
And so after a pop-up, I literally sound like this, and it's just constant. And so if I didn't have my raspy voice, and like I said earlier, I've had 2 vocal cord surgeries. One was just strict overuse, just me being young and partying at the bars. It's party girl voice.
Yeah.
Now it's just my career and just where it's led me. But yeah, I think my voice is actually really beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's
if people could hear it.
it sounds beautiful to me. There's a lot of who is it? Is
my
it
singing
Adel?
voice, just to be
Cass
specific.
said Alexis gives me Miley Cyrus vibes in the best way.
Oh
What is
my
that
gosh, that's
song,
hilarious. Thank you, Cass.
Don't know why I didn't come. Like she's got like a smoky
Don't know
voice.
Oh,
why
wow.
I didn't come. Yeah.
See?
But it's like my voice sounds so much better than that because it's you
Yeah.
know. I'll have to show you a picture of my vocal cords.
Oh God, I don't know if I want to see
It's
that.
it almost looks like another body part. Actually, it's crazy.
Oh.
Ruh-roh reggae.
Hold on.
It really does. It's crazy.
I mean, you could airdrop it to him on the computer. We could show everybody.
I know someone would like receive
I
this
don't-
airdrop and be like, "What is this?"
What
No,
the
I don't.
fuck?
I don't want to see. I'm what they call squeamish. Not a fan
Yeah.
of the inside of the body. I could never be
sorry.
Why? It's your mic. Do whatever you want to with
you.
it. Just leave it here when you leave.
It's a nice mic.
Could not. I couldn't do it. Couldn't be in the medical field ever.
Oh, hell no.
God bless those people.
I think about that so often. It's crazy you said that. I think it was literally last night or the night before. I'm like, the nurses out there, the doctors, anyone listening in the medical field, like, kudos to you times a million,
Bless
times
you.
infinity. Because,
Angels.
yes. Where would our world be without them?
I don't-
Number one. Number two, and I can't even, like, touch my vein where I'm... like, no!
Do you get weirded out when you have to get shots?
Not anymore, but I've definitely passed out a few times
Nice.
from
Blood
just
draw.
medical stuff. Yeah,
IV.
just
Yeah.
not for me, dog. But
That's a no from me, dog.
no for me, dog.
So you did Miss America, huh?
Well, I did
Talk to me about that. Okay, so you did Miss Florida.
Miss Florida within the Miss America organizations.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't know this, but in the pageant community, there's like 1 million different pageant circuits, like a trillion. But the main ones, like literally in the world, are Miss America, which is a scholarship pageant. You have
Right.
to have like a certain GPA and you have to have like volunteer hours. Like it's really wholesome.
I mean, does it get better than 4.0?
Right. And then the other segment, which is the one Trump used to own, is Miss USA.
Right.
And Miss USA goes to Miss Universe. So those are
So
like the
confusing.
main pageants. And so I did Miss Florida and I competed against like 50 women. And in that time, you know, I was very lost. I was going through a hard breakup at that point. This is when I was, my talent was singing. But I was
You were
treating my
going through
voice
the-
like crap. You know, I wasn't respecting my vocal cords. So
Your heart wasn't in it.
I feel like, yeah, I was half in, half out. And you can't really be that way when you're trying to pursue something like Miss America.
100%.
And so my passion was there, but just like my actions weren't. But it was a really cool experience. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really, really character building, another character building moment. For
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
I can imagine. And it seems like you learned a lesson there.
You have to interview. There's like different segments. I'm trying to remember all of it. It feels like a lifetime away.
Yeah.
But you have to interview, which is like 35% or something of your overall score. You have your talent. You have your bikini, like bathing suit.
Yeah.
You have your like on stage question, which they give you like one random question and like 2 seconds to answer in a bomb way. Like the interviews are actually really freaking hard in Miss America. It's not like, what's your favorite color? Like, what makes you smile? Like, it's like really crazy. Like, have you heard like the Keystone Pipeline? What is it doing to our ecosystem, and how do you feel about it? And how would you? What is your take on it? And,
Turtles.
right.
Turtles, man.
And when I first got that question, I remember that so specifically because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what the Keystone Pipeline was. And so after my interview,
What
I
is
went
it?
right. It's just
Is a pipeline that runs through North America.
and it's what transports oil. I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure.
Petroleum product.
Through under our ocean. So if that bursts, which I think it has before, then it like ruins
All
our
those things burst. I mean, there's little geysers of oil popping up out underneath the ocean all the time anyways.
Whew, just got a cold chill.
Are you cold?
I just got a little cold
Well,
chill.
the air is right above you. So, I mean, I have it set on like 70.
Probably like on the camera.
No,
like looking crazy.
I just, I don't want anybody to like sweat out
no,
here.
I'm a sweater too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's why I at least covered one sleeve for you.
Yeah. So you on the right arm you'll see drips. Hopefully you're probably not though, because like I said, you got that. If you get cold, let me know and I
Thank
could try and
you.
do something about it. But, what the hell was I gonna?
We were talking about Disco Dolly.
Yes.
Yeah, you said. I think you were
But-
gonna say, how did you come up with Disco Dolly? I think.
I think that was what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from? The inspiration for Disco Dolly? Have you always been into vintage?
So my relationship with vintage is actually really funny. Growing up, when my parents were divorced, my dad would always take me to Goodwill,
Okay.
and he would send me
Love it.
home. Well,
Salvation Army.
whoa.
What?
my mom would send me in really cute stuff because remember I said she worked for like Dillard's and Belk, and I would always come in like Tommy Hilfiger and like the coolest clothes, and my dad would be like, heck no, because it's either too short, too tight, or whatever my dad thought. we'd go to the Goodwill, stinks, gross. He would send me back looking like a ragamuffin.
Yeah.
And so I always had this
Nirvana.
right. I always had this really like weird relationship with secondhand clothes and old clothes. I was like, not for me.
Yeah.
And so as I got older and I wanted to look beautiful but didn't want to spend $1 million, I was like, I'll give the thrifts a try.
Yeah.
And so I remember going to Betty Griffin or like just places in St. Augustine. And I would find like leather fringe jackets or vintage corduroy bell bottoms or just something with like vintage rhinestones that's like perfectly intact from the 90s. And I would just lose my marbles. I was
love
like,
that she
wait.
said from the 90s.
20
That
years.
hurts.
I know. Isn't it crazy? So vintage, if you
I
don't
Googled
know,
it.
it's 20 years or older for
yeah.
clothes. So
Yeah.
we're all here vintage if we were a piece of clothing. But
I was going to ask you, like, you know, like I know that it's 20 years or older, but like, you know, it can go vintage could be all the way back, you know.
and then it goes to antique.
Right. And
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, like, how did you pick the era, or do you like have different looks for different eras in your shop? Like,
Yeah, so I don't discriminate with eras. I think really just whatever I gravitate towards, and just like how I can connect with people, I connect with clothings in the same way. So
Right.
I can find something from like even a couple years ago. I don't necessarily just have to do vintage, even though that is like the main core of what I do.
Right.
I think really sustainability is like the main focus of what
Right.
Disco Dolly is, and just reuse, recycle.
I read that on your site. What exactly? Talk to me about sustainability, because like, is it just because we're not throwing the clothes out, we're reusing them? Is that like?
Right. So in
I
our
say just. I don't mean just. That's a big
no,
deal.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So fast fashion is the buzz term that probably everyone has heard. Or so fast fashion is essentially the mass production of clothing in response to like popular fashion trends at the moment.
Okay.
So like, let's just say like pink hair bows are in today.
Right.
So all these companies are rapidly creating pink hair bows. Sorry,
Okay.
pink hair bows.
You're handsy.
And then tomorrow, pink hair bows are not going to be in. So now we have all these pink hair bows that no one cares about anymore. And so sustainable fashion is basically taking what's already been done in
Discarded.
the past. Just like, yeah, something doesn't want any. Yeah, I feel like I'm choking on my words, but
That's okay. Choke on your
Just-
words. It's fine.
It's recycling.
Just take a drink of water.
it's basically just respecting like what's been already done.
Right.
And honestly, clothes in the past were made so much better because there wasn't media to pump out the fast fashion ideas.
Right.
So people weren't creating clothes within 2 days
right.
unethically.
Right. In a whatever they're called, like a sweatshop. Thank you,
Right. No,
Jinx.
it's literally, and that's why I get so choked up, because I'm like, I have so much to say.
Yeah, let it all out. Well, do you think that like, and not this is going to veer off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back to the vintage stuff, but like, I mean, you've obviously, you know, you've seen some new clothing designers like Stay Young, like Savage at Peace. Would you say that the clothing is getting better now? Like they're doing a better job because especially the smaller brands and smaller businesses, they're putting more effort in. They're putting better materials and it's being put together
Right.
better.
I think sustainability is a topic that is kind of in a lot of people's faces. We still have a lot of work to do with really
Yeah.
pressing that message. But from the big corporations all the way down to local, especially local designers, I think we're really putting an emphasis on using more organic
Quality.
cottons, like the materials that we're using, how it's being made, who's making it, and their conditions. Just worrying about it, just
Quality control.
yeah, it's just quality controlling it all the way up and down.
Right.
So Stay Young and Savage at Peace are incredible at what they do, and I think that they definitely
And that lucky fool.
I don't really know like exactly where they order from, but I know that their stuff is incredible.
Yeah, they're getting. And by the way, time and place. Sorry, I got to shout all my boys out. You know, what I mean, they're
Time Place is like, I love his sunglasses. They are like, well, let me see those. Dang, wait, these are so cool.
I think those are the Jessies.
I have to buy a new pair.
Why?
My wife lost them at the beach.
Oh,
Oh,
hell.
dang. They're Italian acetate, like
Yeah,
they're-
I want to get like
they're really good quality.
my
Time
I'm
Place.
gonna get my glasses, my prescription put in that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
love
I
that
love the
idea.
frames. I don't know. I don't know what it would look like
They
with
just
clear
look.
lenses.
They just feel very expensive.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're like lightweight because
For
I have
sure.
a lot of glasses that give me that indent or literally like break, like tear my skin.
Slide. I mean, I'm constantly pushing
I'm like
these
bleeding
fuckers.
down my nose. I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't wear these.
Yeah.
Ow.
No, I think that, like you said, things used to, not to made in America, but back then that was different because we did have like places in America that would make, and it wasn't a sweatshop. It was where people would willingly go and put love and,
really
and
just
soul into the.
It's local, man. Just buy local.
Yeah.
It goes right back into your environment.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'm all about supporting local businesses. Obviously, that's why you're here. I've had, Tyshawn on, and I think I've scheduled that Lucky Fool in here, and I want to try to get Savage Pete's. I want to try and get as many businesses in here that I can. One, I'm a photographer with a podcast, basically, and like we talked about, it wasn't always the Graybeard, it was Archetype Aperture, and my goal with the podcast was to give tips and tricks to photographers, videographers that are beginning and intermediate, because pros, I can't teach them shit. I mean, no one can. And I'm not going to try to sit here and try and teach them something that they don't know. But anytime I would learn something, I'd make a podcast or I'd shoot a video or whatever, and that was my whole goal. And then whenever I started doing this, it was like, well, now my goals have shifted. My goals now are to put artists out there, whether it's photographers, videographers, painters. I don't know what you call them. I mean, I just want to call painters artists.
Fire breathers.
Fire. Yeah, we've had, gosh, what?
One of my besties is a fire breather. It's so
Kate,
cool. Or fire eater, she calls it. It's so cool.
Yeah, we had Caitlin Flames on, but what, and businesses, it's real important for me to promote business in this town. I believe
just watering your own grass.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I want the community to do well.
I feel the same way. We're stronger together. Just like some people might be surprised, like I obsess over Keek's vintage. I think hers are human. She's precious. Her clothing, like everything she does is just like slays. And a lot of people might be like, why?
She's your competitor.
Yeah, she's your competitor. Like, why would you want to do a fashion show with her? Why would you want to have her at your pop-ups? Like when you're trying to sell your own vintage.
Yeah.
And I just think, one, I think vintage is just so cool. And there's so much vintage to go around.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that with all businesses. And so I just think being competitive is really important. Like you want to be the best that you can be individually, but working together is also really important.
1,000,000%. I mean, you guys, and you vintage differently. Maybe no one person vintages like the other. I don't know what I'm talking about, but
like Miguel will have vintage and Kylie will have vintage and I'll have vintage, and they'll all be sick pieces that are just so unique and so crazy, but like they're all so different. Yeah. And even if they weren't different, even if we had the exact same style, like so what?
Parallel thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like flattering. Like we like the same stuff.
Our good friend Jen, she always says everybody can eat.
Yeah, there's enough.
There's plenty.
There's plenty.
And
and I like to share. I think it's really important we should learn that as children. And sometimes I think we grow up and we get really selfish and individualistic and just absorbed in ourselves. And I 100%. Just think that is so like damaging to like growth. Yeah. If you want to be a successful business owner.
Were you an only child?
No, I have one sibling.
Okay.
And my childhood was a little different because he has autism. So I didn't really have your traditional like brother and sister relationship, but he really did teach me a lot of things that I think people will never learn. From having that. So I'm really grateful for it. Shout out to Adam.
What's up, Adam?
Yeah, exactly. He's awesome.
That's great. That's great. Do they all live here now in St. Augustine or Jacksonville?
So he is in North Carolina in a home. And I think that circles back to what we were talking about, like what one of my whys is. Yeah. I have a lot of whys and he is one of my whys. Aww. I think one day I want to have the capacity to get him out of his home and bring him back so I can have him live near me. And
so sweet.
I know, because he needs like full attention like all the time. So it's not like I can have him live with me because I couldn't do that. And I can't afford like a nanny or a
Eventually you will.
Eventually I will. So I'm manifesting that and I'm working towards that.
Is he older or younger?
He's older. He's 34 this August.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are?
I just turned 30.
You just turned 30.
In February. Yep.
Well, in February. Happy birthday late.
Whoop, whoop.
Way late.
No, not way late. Not too bad. It's my birthday year.
Right. Yeah, mine too. Damn it. Of course, I wish it wouldn't be. I don't celebrate birthdays. You do a big birthday blowout?
I'm one of those people that I like a birthday, but I'm not one of those making like a huge, massive thing all about me. But I think everyone wants to feel important and special. And I feel like what other day than your birthday? So we did something this year in Tampa, and it was with just a couple friends.
I think I did a podcast on my birthday, didn't I?
I think we
That's
did.
a cool present.
Yeah,
That's
Jen
cool.
came over.
Doing
We
what
did
you love,
we
and
did-
that's like the most important.
Yeah.
Being with the people you love or doing what you're interested in. I think that's
100%.
literally what life is about. So that's
Yeah.
a great way to celebrate yourself.
Speaking of more people we love,
Oh, hello.
Russell from Socinic hopped in.
Russell, the love muscle.
He said, Disco Dolly rocks. Hello, everyone. Wishing you all
You
well.
know Russell? So Scenic Photography.
Maybe I do.
You know, he's a tall guy, handsome,
Russell. Oh my
thin,
gosh, don't kill me, Russell.
very good looking. I don't know.
And then Time Place hopped in.
Hi, Time
Said,
Place.
Disco Dolly is a true 904 gem.
Aw, I
Then he
love
said,
you,
what's up,
Brett.
Patty?
He's a good dude. They're all good people. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's good.
Yeah, you attract what you give out, and I really think that, especially like you said, like you've had a lot of like really cool people
Dude,
on, and
it's weird.
I think Jacksonville is really
We're
bussing with
building
some
up.
building up. It's got a lot of creators and a lot of people that want to do
I'm
more.
finding that more and more.
Like I have so many friends in the music industry. They're either, artists. They're ones that are in management. Like real-time management is really huge here, and a lot of my friends work in that. Just production and just like people just want more.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville's like yearning for it.
100%.
We have the space, for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if anything else, we have the dang space. So I think it's just people need to get out of their heads. I think people are so just like afraid to break out of their little butterfly shell
Yep.
or to become a butterfly. Like, what if this happens? What if someone judges?
Right.
And like all the time I look at content that I put out and I'm like, oh my God, that could have been borderline cringy. I didn't like the way I said this or the way I looked.
Oh,
Or
dude.
the way I emphasized this one word, but it's like, you just have to do it.
Half the people that I post, my posts are just usually dumb. They're not very. I just do what I do.
Do what you do.
But I've had some people that are like, yeah, I'll share it on my story, but no, I'm not
Yeah.
collaborating. And I kind of stopped descending the collaboration with people unless we talk about it prior or whatever. But because it doesn't match their grid,
Yeah.
whatever. I get it, but I don't care.
Don't let anyone
I'm still gonna tag your ass.
don't let anyone like dull your light.
No,
hell
hell no.
no.
No. I honestly, I got what?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Okay, I was like, she's starting to sing. Let me be quiet. Let me shut up. I got to this point where I was like, I'm not going to do clips anymore. I mean, that didn't last very long, but I was like, I'm not going to do clips from my show. If they want to see it, 6:30 Wednesday night
It's on when it's
YouTube.
on,
Come
yeah.
fucking watch it or watch it on the replay.
Be there,
whatever.
be square, baby.
Yeah, and we do get a lot more views on the replay. There you go. Get comfy. Just bring that mic
I don't
with
think
you.
that's not what was gonna happen.
Bring your mic buddy with you. But yeah, okay.
I'm in that position where I like could almost do that, but I like don't.
It won't fall back. Jen leans all the way back, and I'm surprised that bitch hadn't flipped over. I don't mean her. I meant the chair.
The chair. No, I know what you
Jesus,
meant.
I got to watch my mouth.
Jesus.
I don't have a fucking filter.
Even if you did say that, it would be like betch with an E, and
Yeah.
that's acceptable.
Well, she's my
betch
bitch.
with an
She
E is
knows.
acceptable.
That's my bitch.
We love Jen. Jen's incredible.
She's
She's one of those. I just love people that just make you feel so complete as you are, and so like just so like your molecules are just vibrating.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with, and that's the kind of person she is.
Yeah.
I just have nothing but amazing things to say about that girl.
Same.
Yeah.
I have this thing
Shout out Jen.
that like when I first meet someone or walk in a room, like the first time I didn't really meet her, but I saw her was at Collab. It was I think it was like my second time there during one of their events, and her and Josie were there, and I was like, that girl's a fucking model.
No,
I'm like,
she's model.
I didn't know
She's
her
literally
from
in
Adam.
my phone like Jen. Her phone, her contact is saved as Jen like model.
Yeah,
Jen
but
like model.
that's what I mean.
Pretty like model.
And I was just like, I'm not good enough to shoot with her, so I moseyed on down the way, and I'm always a wallflower until I get to know people, anyways. Even when I do, but and it's just weird. But like, when I finally had the nuts to be like, will you come on the podcast? And she was like, yeah.
Of course.
Because I found out she had one. I started listening to it. I loved it. I was like, dude, come on the podcast. And just immediately when she sat down, it was like we've known each other for fucking ever.
It's incredible.
And I was like, why was I nervous to work with her?
I think we just psych ourselves out. Like, I think we're in in a world where we see so many creators creating, and we only see their highlights. We never see their failures, or we never see their insecurities. So we just assume that we're the only ones that have those wallflower moments where we're like, oh, I don't really know.
Yeah.
So
and it's weird preconceived notions, or it's like
this narrative we've created in our heads that's not real at all, and will never even come to fruition.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't really know you before. I mean, we've seen each other at collab and whatnot. But I was like, yeah, I gotta clean the house. I gotta do shit. I don't want her judging me. You know, she might be a little bougie. I don't know.
I'm the last. I think a lot of people.
And then you're like, I'm super lighthearted. I'm like,
I'll talk to a homeless man.
I took the girdle off. I was like, fuck yeah.
You're like, we'll really see. I really like to think that I'm pretty laid back. Yeah.
Yeah. You seem chill.
Thank you.
That's just my stupidity. You know, but what that boils down to is something that Jen also said. I only show people what I want them to see. So I will tell you that on your page, like when every post you make and everything that you do, you come off as very like, I got my shit on lock.
Oh.
You know, and like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, dude, I might have to pay this girl to come in here because she's like, pay her for her time because
gosh,
time is money.
Really?
You know, you just seem very
on my personal or my Disco Dolly.
Just like everything is real rich. You know, like
interesting.
Like I got no time for no plebeians like me. So I was like, when you were when you said
I think anyone who's watching this, anyone who knows me would say the literal.
Kristen already said Alexis is the most down to earth angel.
Yeah.
Kristen
Kristen
Stewart
S.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super sweet, Kristen. Yeah.
Well, I've learned that now.
Get in line, get in place.
Right. In
calling
30
you the
seconds,
principal's office for saying that shit.
In 30 seconds of her walking into my house, she just comes in, sits down at the table, and she's like, "What's up?" and just starts going to town, petting my little crusty dog and shit. You know, you got a lint roller? I got to get these lints off of me.
Oh yeah, I was crusty dusty walking in. So
that's but that's how Jen was. She walked in, fucking hugged everybody, didn't know anybody from Adam. Hey, where's your bathroom? Just went straight on in there and did the thing, and I'm just like, all right, we're friends now. We're family now.
I just feel like I meet no strangers. Someone said that to me once, that they thought that about me, and it really resonated. And I just feel like I just meet no strangers.
Yeah. Well,
like
you the last time we bumped into each other at collab, you turned around and saw me, and you gave me a hug, and I was like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
But okay. And
some people get so uncomfortable, so I do feel bad when I like protrude in other people's, is that the right word? Like
yeah, sure.
I like go into other people's bubbles because I feel like I'm not being mindful of like what other people want.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I just want to show people love in any way I can.
Have you always been that way since you were a kid?
Yes. My mom is a very like, we'd go to the McDonald's drive-thru and she's like, "Hey, honey bunny, sweet angel baby girl, how are you?" Like talking to the drive-thru lady.
Did you ever scare your parents because you just talked to everybody in the store? And
I think my mom like expected that. Like she cooked me, so like what are you gonna expect?
His wife, my oldest daughter, she scared the shit out of me. Like literally, I would take my eyes off of her 2 seconds.
Talking to a stranger.
She's over 10 feet away talking to some stranger.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm like, literally how Liam is now.
Yeah, my grandson.
Which is like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Because like this day and age, man.
Yeah, don't want to get into that, but yes, yeah. You gotta be careful.
We had the talk.
Yeah, the talk.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. But no, I think it's good. Invade the bubble. I mean, it made me. I gotta tell you, like you know, when you gave me that hug, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
She feels comfortable around me. And so I was like, let me invite her to the podcast. That was kind of one of the catalysts to having you on. I mean, obviously the JFE was, I saw all of you guys and I was like trying to take pictures of fucking everybody. And everybody was moving so much
going
fast.
on, and there really was. But yeah, wearing your heart on your sleeve is what I do, but it's definitely got its downfalls, but it's got more benefits than downfalls that I found in my life. Just being like really authentic, I think is the best word I can think of. And I feel like if I were to speak for other people, if they could probably have one or two words to say to describe me, I think authentic would hopefully come up. Open and authentic. And I think a lot of people like just struggle with that because we're in a world where like we're watching again like creators do their things and we're like lots of fast fashion imitation and just like copy paste, but like we need to dig deep and like just be ourselves. And myself is going to hug someone, like
hugging random strangers.
That's just who I am.
No, that's good. But yeah, there's not a lot of originality in the world these days, and I've kind of gotten used, like movies. Shit, we're regurgitating old TV shows and making them movies, and but. So I mean, it is interesting.
I think there's a difference between like in imitation and inspiration.
Right.
You can get like everything we do in life is inspired from something, especially like music, for example.
So like, you're inspired by a lot of eclectic, fashion.
You should go to my house.
Yeah.
I'll have to invite you over and we can do I don't know if you could ever pod anywhere else in here.
I
but
can, maybe.
The house is pretty cool. It's definitely...
we can vlog in there.
Oh, that would be fun. I would say I'm a collector.
Okay.
And there's just like... I have like a mirror wall that
sounded almost creepy because I don't know if I want to go.
There's
a glass box just for you. I'm a collector.
I
just want your hands.
Toenail I've had.
That is hilarious.
Here's my baby teeth.
Not that weird. My mom has my baby teeth. I think
Get out.
It's a mom thing.
It
now.
is.
Yeah.
Except for my mom. I think she probably
But
just...
like, what do you do with them?
You bury them in the backyard and you
So-
grow another child. I don't know what you do.
I honestly think that could be possible.
I don't know
We don't know what these scientists are doing these days.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to like make animals like unextinct. Is that the word you say?
Yeah, they've already come out with DNA machines.
Yeah, they're
DNA
talking
printers.
about making, I'm sure you've seen like the imitation meat. Like it's not imitation meat, it's like
lab grown or
lab grown meat.
Yeah.
Well, that's what pretty much all synthetic meat is, really. It's just like lab grown.
Yeah, but this stuff is like supposedly
supposed to be, oh yes,
it's like a steak. Like you can make a steak.
They can
and
3D print it
3D print.
now.
That's what I was literally just gonna say. I saw that literally too. Our algorithms
gonna
must be
pass.
aligned. That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I like meat too much.
I don't
real
know.
meat.
I mean, what they're already doing with the industry and pumping all these cattle and stuff full of hormones and not the right food and horrible living conditions. What's the difference?
That's why we just have to like all have our own farms and grow our own food
Chickens.
for real.
Yeah.
He's got chickens.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's our goal is to have little chickens and like goats and shit.
No.
I got a huge backyard,
That's sweet.
but and if I had some land, I would for sure have, free roaming cattle and all kinds of animals.
I would love to have my own garden at least. Like I'll start with a garden.
Start small.
Yeah, I'll start small. I don't really eat eggs too much. Yeah, I've got a blood test done one time, and they said that eggs are like my no-go food. Very interesting. Because I was eating all these eggs during COVID. I don't know why. I was like boiling eggs and just like because I was trying to get my protein up or whatever. And then I was tired all the time, like literally just like wanted to sleep morning, noon, and night. And so I went and got my blood tested for like food allergies, and they said eggs are like aggressively off your
What
list.
kind of eggs were you eating?
Just like, I don't know, organic, brown, regular.
That's just like if you eat rabbit, you can die actually if you just eat rabbit because it's pure protein. You're not getting anything else. You're not getting any other sustenance.
That's true. If you're eating
it's
nothing
called
but
protein
protein,
sickness.
yeah, you need to eat like some beef tallow.
Yeah.
Put some fat
in there.
in it.
Interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
protein sickness.
Yep. There, there's the whole like carnivore diet now where people are eating nothing but meat, but they have to supplement with. They have to add fat.
Like a cheese or something.
Yeah,
Like
dairy
keto
product,
and then like
something.
okay.
beef tallow.
Yeah.
But any kind of like fucking bacon. Any kind of fat, anything that's got like real fat in it. Butter.
I heard that a lot of women are using beef tallow, especially when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So good.
Really?
Oh my god.
For like
You can buy it.
external like
external.
Like skin use. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
skin
not,
use.
Like
not
cocoa
too-
butter.
It's
Yes.
about cooking with.
I guess like consuming obviously, but yeah, just for like external like belly use or
Interesting.
whatever.
So it
I
like helps
know.
with stretch marks or something.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is interesting.
Now, what's funny is like I started doing the whole like keto thing, which is high fat, low carb.
How's that going?
No, I haven't. I've been off of it for a while, and obviously it's not going well. I was doing really good. I was doing
crack me
really
up.
good, and I was like, oh, is that an ab? No, it's a piece of lint, But I was doing good. Like I was working out and eating right and shit like that, but I just couldn't sustain it because that woman in there likes to cook, and she doesn't give a shit about keto. So it was just like, what are we having tonight? Fucking homemade raviolis. And I was just like, I gotta eat. There's always dessert.
Connor hopped in here. Who are you, podcast? Said, what's up, y'all? I'm down to throw in a podcaster commune. He said, bone marrow is really good for you.
That's my friend Connor Overbay and Shannon Overbay at the Who Are You podcast.
Shouts out.
They're great.
Shout out.
Yeah, you'll be getting a DM from him probably. He's great, good people, and his podcast is a little different than mine. He'll dig. He'll get into your,
Into my soul.
into your soul. I want,
I like to do that too to people. I'm pretty talented at like, hi, nice to meet you. So tell me about your childhood trauma and how's it affecting your current relationships today.
I thought
Like,
for a
real
minute, I was like, yeah. I was like, for a minute, I was like, I'm going to try and be like Connor. So, and he's like, so how was your childhood? Like growing up, I'm just, he did that.
Yeah.
I went on his podcast and it was just like,
Tread lightly. Don't ask questions you don't want to know.
no, he wants them.
Yeah.
He loves that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had trauma. A lot, not all. There are some lucky few that have made it through unscathed.
I think if you ask a person just the right questions,
Right.
we will all find that we all have some sort of trauma, and we shouldn't discount someone else's trauma,
Right.
because ours is bigger or whatever.
Right.
I think we all have trauma, and if you don't have trauma, there are some people that are like, no, I had a great childhood. My family is still together, and they're amazing, and
they're delusional.
and nothing I'm just great. But I still feel like that in itself produces some type of like trauma because you haven't experienced the world how it
Yes.
can be. If
Well,
that
like,
makes sense.
Yeah.
The worst thing that's happened
It
to you is the
doesn't
worst thing
prepare
that's
you.
happened to you.
Right.
Whether it be a speeding ticket or your mom getting killed. It's like,
I feel like
Right.
my childhood growing up, when I look back at it, I had a pretty good childhood. Everything was cool. But like, my dad died when I was 2. You tell some people that like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 47. I'm kind of like, we're good.
You're fine. Yeah.
A lot of therapy growing up and all this, I'm good. But, when you tell somebody that, they're like, oh, I'm like, dude, it's cool. But yeah, to everybody, to you, your trauma is the worst trauma you've ever felt. And that's the same with everybody. And I was thinking about that today when I was driving down the road and some guy like cut me off and I was like, fuck you. And that was my initial reaction. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's going through something.
Yeah.
Maybe his wife is having, she's pregnant and gone into labor.
So many scenarios. That
So many
literally could be
scenarios.
happening.
And immediately I was just like, be safe, guy.
It's just being mindful and just like recognizing that there's other
Oh, yeah.
souls and
Human.
humans that are experiencing.
Yeah, not everybody is going to experience life the exact same way that you do, and you can't expect them to feel the same way about life as you do, right?
Right.
Something like
Amen.
that. Yeah.
right.
Amen.
Amen. Raise the roof.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, I'm not very religious, but anyways, that's another podcast.
Oh yeah. I know we've got to take notes of all the podcasts within the podcast within the podcast.
Dude,
that we
this
could
is
have.
how we go. My people know that's how I do it.
I know when you booked me, you were like, I have ADHD, and there's no chance we're
Self-diagnosed.
getting one conversation like
No.
start to finish.
No.
Which is fine.
We'll circle back around to Disco Dolly here shortly. And we're back. No.
Eh,
So how did you get the name Disco Dolly? Because that just fits.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so disco, because there's lots of reasons for that. But one, I think the main reason is disco. When disco was formulated, we were coming out of the 60s where there was a lot of repression, oppression, and lots of just like sadness and from segregation. And I think disco really gave people an opportunity to come together, come as you are, no judgment,
Just
and
let
just
loose.
and just like be happy and be together, no matter your sexual orientation, no matter what your color is, no matter your background, and to be just like accepting of people coming
Right.
within your circle.
Right.
And of course the music and the fashion. So
You like that?
I like it. The
Like it a
music,
lot?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of cocaine happening back then too, I think. But yeah, I honestly, it's weird because that was like the 70s and 60s. It was like free love, man, hippies and peace. And like
Yeah.
everybody was just, not everybody. Of course, you've always got factions of assholes. But the 80s, it did seem like everybody was just accepting of everybody and everybody was blending and happy, kind of getting along. Well, at least that's what we saw in the media
Yeah.
anyways, and back then the media was whatever TV channel you had.
I mean, still today.
Yeah. Do you watch TV?
I really try not
like
to.
real television, like cable.
No.
Yeah.
No chance.
I feel like the social media platforms are now the media,
Yeah.
and then the old media is now like
Yeah.
non-existent. I don't know.
I really try to. I carry the weight of the world on my soul. Like, I feel like if I watch the news and see something sad, like I think about it all day for like multiple days. So I try to stay informed.
Empath.
Yes, I try to stay informed of what's going on and be cognizant, but I try really not to like bury myself too deep because I just get so upset and depressed and I have to live my own life, and be happy, so I really try to watch like Gordon Ramsay, one of my favorites. I love Gordon Ramsay. I cannot get enough. He's my celebrity crush.
Oh.
I've told my man already knows this, but I just like think he's so funny and like
I don't think he has anything to worry about.
Right. I love cooking, so it's just like something fun for me. So
He
I
just
try to
seems
watch.
like, I know he's not. I know it's a character or a caricature of him, but it's just like sometimes he's like the guy you love to hate almost. I mean, I know when he's not.
If you watch like his stuff, not to interrupt, but if you watch him like call someone like an idiot sandwich, it's like because they were being a freaking idiot sandwich. Like everything he says has rhyme or reason.
Right.
So he's not just being a dick just to be a dick.
No, 100%. But and again, he plays it up for the TV and stuff like that.
I'm sure there is a little bit of embellishment, but it's like I embellish sometimes too when I do things. So
I've seen,
I can't be mad.
Now, I mean, like she's addicted to like she loves Gordon Ramsay too. She's into cooking and that's her thing. I built that kitchen for her. Are you cold?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Patty, if you'll pop that phone off of there for just a second and hand it to me, I will fix it. Leave the camera on her though. Don't put it on me.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
I'm so ugly. Don't put it on me.
I feel like I'm just like shivering into the camera. I feel so bad for the
Connor
viewers.
said Gordon Ramsay is a shit. I used to love watching Hell's Kitchen. That was my shit too.
Yes. So I watched Hotel Hell, which was so incredible. I watched Hell's Kitchen. I'm watching Top Level Chef right now, and it's actually so good. It's insane.
I have seen him give love to people.
He's actually got a really good heart.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gordon Ramsay.
I can't remember what it was. I was watching. He was in some kind of
like a restaurant rescue one, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's
Is he?
like.
I think so.
Yeah, he does a ton of stuff.
Hit the X. Yeah, but he was in some kind of like soul food place.
Thank you.
And no problem. And unfortunately, that's my third camera. What's going on?
No,
Shoot Pro app is on there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what you have to use.
The symbol or the icon, see it?
Oh, yeah, no, that's no bueno.
Okay, it's gone now.
Okay.
There we go.
But yeah, he she was so nervous that he wasn't gonna like its food and stuff, and then he was like, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. And she just bawled, and like
his words hold so much weight.
Because when you're used to seeing him on these shows come in and just berate people, and then he gives you the love, you're like, holy shit!
Oh my gosh, because so many people like look up to him as an idol, truly. So
I like when what is the Asian guy, Uncle Roger? Have you seen that guy on TikTok?
I don't think so.
He's a comedian.
I try to stay off TikTok. I really don't go on TikTok too much.
Yeah, I know. I don't get on there either.
Because I scroll Instagram sometimes,
Same.
and like if I did that for TikTok, I would have no life.
Oh no,
Like,
TikTok
literally
will
no
suck
life.
you in and bleed you dry.
The only time I go on TikTok truly is if like I need a solution to a problem and I'm trying to find like an answer.
Yeah.
And then I get right off.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, but they have like a little funny feud, going back and forth. But anyways, enough about.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, Uncle Roger, Gordon Ramsay feud. It's funny. Like he'll watch his videos and be like, "You're not cooking
And
that
they'll
right."
pop off back and forth.
Yeah. So it's funny. That's funny. I enjoy it. I can't get into it though. I'm not even watching a lot of. I mean, well, I am. I lied. I watch a lot of fucking streaming shows. I stream the shit. I love anime and anything sci-fi.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a total nerd. Total geek.
I don't know if I probably could appreciate anime, but it probably wouldn't be like my
art.
first, let me grab the popcorn and put on.
Yeah. I could set you up with some shows that'll lock you in.
All right. I'm not opposed. I'll try them.
Yeah, I better not though, because
have you guys seen Shogun?
Done.
My mom's watching it and she says it's really good.
Oh my goodness.
You said that
Shogun.
last time.
I'm gonna have to.
Sorry.
I'm gonna.
So sorry.
No, it's fine.
So sorry.
So
Yeah,
good.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shows, but anyways, back to what we were saying.
So what about the Dolly part?
Dolly. Yeah, right?
Yeah, we got
Thank
through
you for
disco.
keeping us on
Sorry,
track.
disco
we got through
now.
disco.
Yeah.
Dolly.
So Dolly's actually really interesting. So growing up, my dad was a bodyguard for the Grand Ole Opry.
If you tell me Dolly Parton.
And I grew up in Dolly Parton's like dressing room. I grew
What?
up like literally on stage with everyone like at the Grand Ole Opry. It was
That
such a cool
is
experience.
So fucking cool.
Because my dad, like I said, he's 6'8", big, handsome, massive man of a human. Like he's just huge. He like worked out with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And, like he was like a crazy, I wouldn't say celebrity, but I don't know how you call it. Like he was like in the cahoots with the celebrities.
Right.
And he's like a super lovable, nice guy. So he bodyguarded Dolly Parton at the Grand Ole Opry.
That's so cool.
And so I just remember bits and pieces of just seeing her at the Grand Ole Opry
Right.
and just her just she's extra. I think that's like the best way you can, like, she's just extra. Her heart is extra. She's just so sweet and kind and giving and loving, and everything she does is authentic and true. And I really wanted to bring Dolly's energy into Disco Dolly.
Yeah.
And they're my cats' names.
Really?
And so my cats are named those names for
Disco
the same reason.
and Dolly?
Yep, I have a boy cat, Disco, girl cat named Dolly.
That's hilarious.
And so when I was sitting there a couple of years ago, like, what the heck do I name this company? And I was like looking at my cats, and I literally was like, Disco Dolly.
Perfect.
Yeah, bing boom.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I was sitting there looking at my ugly face, and I was like, what the hell can I rebrand this podcast
Does he do this
into?
all the time?
Yes.
You need to quit with it.
Self-deprecate.
This is wild.
This is comedy.
If
I
I had
self-deprecate.
what you should do is tally every time you
Yeah.
We're on number 7 for tonight.
like. It's like holy. It's got to be past 7.
It's all good. It's just humor. I try. I try to be funny when I can, and that's how I deal with that. Like any stress or anything like that that's going on in my life, I deal with it with humor.
Humility.
And I shit on myself a lot. Not like literally. That's weird. I didn't mean like my pants, but I don't shit my pants.
That's a good soundbite right there.
Jesus.
Yeah, I shit on myself a lot. That's a good soundbite.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of your beard, maybe we should like color it one day.
Someone else
and
said
like
that to
bejewel
me.
it, and we can do like a Disco Dolly bejewel.
If it's like Kool-Aid color, like where it'll like
never come out. No, it
really.
won't. No.
Okay, like not permanent color.
Like a semi. I swear to you, my best friend Chelsea Hogue, growing up, if you're ever watching this, Chelsea Hogue, she knows this is so true. We took red Kool-Aid, like red and purple, and mixed it to this like beautiful deep like color, like your things.
magenta.
And we dipped back of our hair in this dang Kool-Aid, and I swear it lasted
Forever.
for years. And I would cut and cut and cut, and I swear it's still just like
This is like soaking up into
my roots, like where it would just never left. And I swear it was in my hair for like 5 years.
There you go, ladies.
It was crazy.
Having a problem with roots? Dye your hair with Kool-Aid.
For sure.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
hack.
The more you know.
That's the cheapest hair dye ever.
Yeah.
For real, 99 cents, baby.
What? Is it
Yeah.
still 99 cents? It used
I
to
don't
be,
know.
when I was a kid, it was 25 cents a
Yeah, at the
pack.
dollar store, it probably was $1, but now it's going to be.
$1.25.
Well, they're raising their prices to be like
Everything is.
$7.
They just shut down all the 99-cent stores.
Everything is
Wild.
raising their prices. Everything. We, I can't talk about that. That's something else. That's my other
Digress.
other part of my life. Let me
Yep,
reel it back
reel it in.
Back to you. So Disco Dolly. So I wanted to ask you about your style box because like I went on your website. Of course, I read all about you.
Ooh.
What
It
is your
was down
website?
yesterday. I had to reinstate it.
I know when I was looking yesterday, and I was like, "Is there a fucking site down?"
It was like literally down. I do need to redo my website because it just.
I think it'll pop up in the search. You're in Yahoo.
Oh, why does it
Jack
keep
Welch.
doing that?
If I'll give you it's www dot.
Yeah, if you go up into the URL bar.
Just do the whole.
We're just gonna do this.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
do it up
do
here.
it in the URL bar.
Oh,
There you go.
sorry.
Because you'll find some other stuff that www.disco.
Nope, Dixo. That's Dickos.
DISCO vintage. .com.
He was trying to spell it like you.
So
Dodvam.
it definitely needs work, and I've deleted a lot of stuff on there because. So maybe if someone's listening that does what I do, I need
Someone to help you.
Yeah, like just like advice because, for example, if
Taylor. Call Taylor.
Oh yeah, Taylor will.
Tay-Mac
help you.
Art.
Yeah.
Well, if say I have a regular clothing business where like this shirt, and there's small, medium, large, and you can get black, white, and blue.
Right.
And you can put them on the website, and once it redoes, you just restock it.
Okay.
Vintage is one of one.
Right.
And it might say a large, but it's really fits like an extra large or a double XL because it was made in the 80s and everything was huge.
Right.
Or if it might say it's a large in the 90s, but it's actually an extra small because everyone was like tiny.
Yeah.
So
So
I post things on my website, but I am just I guess it's a fear. This has never happened, but it's a fear that like someone's going to order something and it just doesn't fit properly.
You're gonna get
and
a
it's
lot
not
of
like
returns.
but I don't do returns because everything's one of one. So if it comes back with like deodorant stain or something, it's like I can't replace it. So that's like a little confusing to me about how I want to proceed with that. So that's why I thrive in person and my pop-ups pop off.
Right.
Because like someone will come up to me, it's a girl or guy, whoever, and I'm like putting on clothes and we're like testing out
looks,
and then we find the perfect one, and the original one they wanted didn't fit because, ABCD.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a little hard, but yeah, the style boxes are so fun.
Yeah.
They're really fun because they're very customized.
Mm-hmm.
And what a style box essentially is, it's a second-hand curated collection that I like create for you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very personalized. So you can, so right now I'm doing 6 to 8 pieces for $350, and that includes like the styling fee. And a lot of people have done style boxes and they obsess. So what I do is I have you fill out this questionnaire, and it asks your color preferences, your size preferences, like what vibe you're going for. And then I encourage the people ordering it to send me like a Pinterest link with inspo, like photos. Like, so if you wanted to do like a motorcycle vibe with like certain type of jeans and certain shirts or whatever, you can send me those pictures, and I'm like, okay, I have like an idea of like where his head's at and like where he wants to go with his new collection.
Right.
And I go out and I personal shop and I find pieces that are specifically for you.
Now, where do you go to find these pieces? Inside your shop?
So I look there first because I do have a huge collection right now. Yeah, I have so much because not only do I do this, but I just shop for things that I like.
Right.
And like they might come in handy later, or I sell it at a pop-up, whatever it is.
Right.
But it's a really cool experience, and I've done multiple of these, and I've actually had a few people from like Tennessee that I've never met before, don't even know how they found me through Instagram or TikTok.
Sure.
And they were like, everything fits perfect. Like, I love it. So it's like really satisfying and gratifying to like never have met the person. I just look at their measurements and their Instagram and create a collection that they're like, oh my gosh, no, this is hitting the mark.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I would love to just throw everything out in my closet and like start over. Have somebody just help me and just figure it out.
That's literally what I'm here for.
But I can't afford that right now. So plus there's a lot of sentimental shit in my closet, concert T-shirts that I bought from concerts and stuff like that.
No, you should never throw away those because vintage retailers resell those for like hundreds of dollars. Like, it's insane.
I went to I have a Rush T-shirt, the band.
Yeah.
And that was back before Neil Peart died. And like it was their last album that they came out with, and I guess their last tour. I don't know if it was their last tour, but anyways, it's
T-shirt's
special
probably
to
worth
me.
$1 bajillion. That's the one thing that I do not specialize in is T-shirts. Like, I don't hate anything. It's a strong word, but
It is a strong
really
word.
don't.
I say it a lot.
I do not like going through T-shirts. I don't know what it is about T-shirts. I'm just not interested in them, but there's so much money in them.
Yeah.
So if you do that, pop off.
See, I like my style. Like, if I could do a style, like I like layering.
Ooh, me too.
Like I would wear a T-shirt and like put some like a loose light shirt. But we live in fucking Florida, and the only time you can really layer is in the winter. So like the only time I'm gonna look cool,
short amount of time in the winter too.
Right. The only time I'm gonna look cool is when it's cold.
Yeah.
Now, other than that, I'm just I don't ever wear shorts.
I kind of feel the same way. I have a difficulty in summer. I struggle a little bit more, I would admit, in summer, because in winter you get to do velvet, corduroy, like suede, fringe, like all the fun textures and layering.
Fuzzy boots.
Literally, like, and I'm really known for my furs, like vintage faux and real fur.
Right.
And so in summer, I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I do pashminas and purses and sunglasses and accessories, jewelry.
Sure.
But I do miss winter and fall though. When they
isn't it weird that like people get way more fashionable in Florida around the wintertime?
Yeah.
Unless you're in like Miami, and then they just like slap a couple, SpongeBob Band-Aids on, and then they're good.
Love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of plastic surgery down there.
Yummy.
Yeah. I ain't mad at them about it. I'm just saying.
No, I could never be mad. I used to work in plastic surgery, and I think everyone should do what makes them feel good, no matter what it is.
Express yourself.
Of course, sometimes people do go overboard, especially in plastics.
Dudes with calf implants.
I don't know. I just feel like if it makes you feel good, then do it. Is my motto.
I guess.
If it's not hurting anyone else, especially.
My
then do
thing
it.
is, if I put calf implants in, I'd be that guy that put them, and I'd look like I got really strong legs, and then like somebody would need their car pushed, and they're like, "Hey, you got oxen legs. Get over here and help me."
Such a dork. You were such a dork. Oh
and then they would end up ripping out or something. It would just not be a good situation.
That's hilarious.
They'd have to be Velcro or something. I am a dork. You're right.
I don't know what to say. All
nothing.
This.
There's nothing in you. Just silence
I'll take a
and
sip
crickets.
of water.
Yeah, we have that noise too.
Speaking of plastics, what happened to Madonna?
What'd she do?
Did you see her face lately?
Oh, be nice to
I'm
Madonna.
sorry, but she's not Madonna anymore. Hold on, we're gonna look this up.
So many clothing inspos from Madonna.
Yeah, she was an icon.
Instead of looking at her face, let's look at her her style. That's what we're here to do.
It just doesn't look like Madonna.
We're
anymore.
here to talk about people in a beautiful light.
I like that. I like what she's saying.
And let's look at her fashion.
Madonna fashion.
Madonna, like 70s fashion or something. Or 80s.
80s. She was an
Madonna.
80s icon.
80s,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, look at
Like
that.
incredible. All the stacked jewelry.
Yeah.
Like the blue eyeshadow. She's got to have a blue eyeshadow. I want to
Desperately
actually
Seeking
start doing
Susan.
blue eyeshadow soon.
She was like,
That's vintage.
Like if I found that jacket, which I do have a lot of jackets like that in my collection currently, like I just would lose my marbles. I just love it.
yeah, she was like Taylor Swift, but in the 80s, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like I think maybe a little more risque, but definitely the icon status.
Lots of layering.
Yeah, the layering in the 80s was definitely a huge thing. The tights.
Big hair.
Just like the neon colors is what I think about when I think of the 80s.
Yeah.
There you go.
The blue mascara. I think that was blue mascara she was wearing.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's just so fun. And it's like,
Well, people expect that from like musicians a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they expect all those crazy colors and eclectic, looks and things like that. They really
Yeah.
do. But for the average everyday Joe, who was I talking to Russell about this? Like, the meat dress that was a Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
It's like,
Oh,
who's
yeah.
going to actually wear that?
It's crazy. If you go listen to some of her interviews, she says, she admits she was like, there were so many times in my career that I just felt out of control.
Right.
And like when I styled myself, like I felt in control. So I would
Wow.
just do something crazy would happen in the media that wasn't even true about me. So I would make a true reality.
Like a real statement.
That's crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's how she said it. But
Like Bonnie Raitt, let's give them something to talk about.
yeah, if they're going to talk about something crazy, it better be true. And I better have like produced the material
Right.
authentically. And I'm like, okay, that makes so much sense.
It does make sense.
So I respect.
I imagine it's very difficult being a celebrity.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah. I don't think I could do it.
No. Like I want Disco Dolly to be famous. Like I want people to like love Disco Dolly and like feel the
And just
Disco Dolly love.
Pay no attention to the man behind the
Right.
curtain.
I just don't know if I
Can handle the fame.
yeah, I'm just very sensitive and absorb a lot like we were talking about earlier. So I just don't know how I would handle like a ton of hate comments. I truly feel like I would be
I love
affected.
it. No, I love it. I'll tell you why. I don't, as long as I've been doing this, I haven't, until this year, I've never gotten a hateful comment. I've had 3 this year. Mm-hmm. And,
We love them.
I love them. Every time somebody posts a negative comment on one of my YouTube
You use
videos.
it as like fuel.
No, I watch the views go up.
Algorithm.
True.
Like, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Blake.
Blake. Yeah, it was Blake.
My cousin came on.
Balake.
Yeah, Balake.
I've loved
he,
Campiel.
he came on and we just had we were just hanging out. We talked and everything. And somebody said something negative.
Somebody said this is some, what do you say? This is some low budget shit.
Yeah, something about
Oh.
that. But
Yeah,
for
something
like
like that.
24 or 48 hours, it was sitting at 30 views. And then as soon as he posted that, it shot up to like
300.
over 300.
Yeah.
You know, so in like 12 hours, I was like, wow, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
You know, attention is attention, or whatever. Engagement is engagement. You know, so I don't, one of the things that I hope never happens to me is, you know, that you get to this point where with your show or with your whatever it is you're doing, and people are commenting on your thing, and you don't you know, there could be 1.5 million good comments, and then but that
it's
one,
just the one
that stands out. But you know, like, say something to the rest of the good people.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, acknowledge that. But yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I try to get in and out of social media.
Post and ghost.
I think that's why, and regardless of your opinion, because I feel like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian are like huge topics of
They're
the
huge.
world right now.
That's all everybody's talking about.
Right. But I feel like Kim Kardashian, no matter what you think about her, the marketing strategy that her team,
I give props to her, man.
It's insane. Like, for example, someone would I don't even know what the comment was, but someone said something about like her nipples, or like your nipples are showing, or whatever. So she created a bra it's like a nipple bra where it looks like your nipples are always hard.
Okay.
And so, one, a lot of big-chested women want to have that no-bra look. So that's freaking genius. 2, you tap into the breast cancer survivor community. So it's like just there, and then you could go on and on with the nipple bra. But it's just
do you know what she did with the people that were like in jail from like weed crimes? Mm-hmm. That she went in and like got legislation passed and got a bunch of people.
She's done a lot of work
out
in
of
that
the prison
community.
Yeah.
And
that's huge.
She's done a lot of work.
Like
that.
something you never would have thought. And you just read it one day, you're like, what the fuck?
And there's a lot of conspiracy theories as to why she's doing that, but regardless as to like what her motives are, she's still doing it. So
if you can use your celebrity for good, that's your superpower.
Mm-hmm.
You're a superhero.
I just think that just being crazy is just, like you said, just like having like hate comments, like send them. Like, can I handle them? I don't know, but like I think it can be beneficial.
But how you just described how you want Disco Dolly to be in the limelight, and you just want to be back there going, you know, like, no, that's the show.
Yeah.
That's the same way I feel about like this, and it's so hard to like, you know, kind of get that point across when somebody asks me, and I'm like, I don't want to be famous. I mean, but like I want the show to do well, so that when people come on, it works for them.
Absolutely.
You know?
I just want to make an impact, and I want people to like feel loved and feel, I don't know, feel like just inspired.
I feel like you help people bring out their personalities.
Yes.
Like really forge their personality.
Some people suppress. Like I have all the time. People will come over, men, women, whatever the situation is. I get crazy situations like, I just got a divorce, or I'm just getting married, or, you know, I've lost a lot of weight, or I've gained a lot of weight. Like there's so many scenarios, and people don't feel comfortable like in their current state. And then they come to me, not to fix that, but they just come to me just randomly. And then they'll leave and be like, you have no idea like what this is doing for my life right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're giving me the confidence to get back out there and date, or you're giving me the confidence or making me feel sexy for my husband, or I just lost all this weight so I can now show off my new body.
Right.
And so that's like really what the goal is. It's not about me. It's not, you know, about any of that. It's really about like the article of clothing and how it can like really make you feel, and like
your customers that come in, that's their shop.
And
like
that's it's for you. It's not for me. It's for you.
That's why I tell people about this podcast. This isn't my podcast right now. This is Alexis Marie Dillard's podcast. So, you know, I mean, that's what we're here for.
Thank
you. I love making new friends. You know,
too.
And this is just like my weird introverted way of making friends. And it's like we were at, like you said, at a pop-up, at an event or something. The music's going to be so loud you can barely hear the person standing next to you. I have no patience for that.
No.
I'm half deaf in my left ear, and my right one's trailing right behind it.
Yeah.
Tinnitus
is real.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was a musician. Like I said, I played in a fucking garage band for about 8 years. And
do you still have some of that music on record? I want to hear some of that.
It's on YouTube somewhere, but we have.
I
know it's gonna come up one day.
In the deep, dark crevices.
He's gonna
YouTube.
find it one day.
I'm gonna find it.
But he's gonna end up playing it. But Yeah.
Back when people thought YouTube was going to go nowhere.
Right.
That's when you put it on there.
Well,
yeah.
it was, and definitely we had a MySpace. We had a MySpace for sure.
Oh my gosh.
But then YouTube, one of my guitarist, I say mine, but the guitarist and lead singer, his sister was like she still is, and now she's a big time movie producer, whatever. But she was in like film class or whatever, school or whatever she was into, and she was always coming out and filming us, and then she made like a music video for us. I don't know where that's at. I can't find that on the internet. I wish I could, because I was like the star of it.
You're always the star.
All right. I mean, I don't know why, but it was just like nobody else wanted to do it.
What was the name of it again?
What?
Soiree?
Nope. If
He's
you
like,
don't,
no.
Soiree?
If you don't know, you won't know.
it was schwa.
I just noticed the lava lamp started going to get going.
Yeah, I forgot to turn it on earlier.
I have a lava lamp at my house, and that one's so pretty.
I had to get a new one. The one that I had, it was so fucking old that
that's like my favorite color. That if I had to describe what I look like as a color, it would be that.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's why I got it. But I mean, the other one, it was just murky.
Oh yeah, that other one was like weird.
It was just murky.
It's like everything was blended together.
It looked like river water. It was not good. I threw that bitch out.
No, see you never.
Yeah, no. We went on Amazon and got us a new one. But yeah, I like all those weird things like that. But yeah, the what the fuck were we talking about? The tinnitus talking. Yes, I have no patience for not being able to hear somebody and trying to, and that's why a lot of those collab events, I don't really talk to people a lot, even though I may know you and like I'll see Josie there, I'll see Jen, I love them to death. They're like my homegirls, and I'll hug them,
in and out,
hang out
quick,
with them,
yeah.
and then I'm like, I'm gonna go do my thing, because there's other people that want their time as well. I will never.
You got to spread the love.
Exactly. Well, they're in demand, just like yourself. I'm sure everybody, when you go anywhere, everybody wants to talk to you all the time. So like I'm gonna come up to you and say, "Hi, Alexis. So nice to see you."
Just being respectful of people's time, but.
And then I'm gonna walk away. I mean, unless you're like, no, I need to talk to you about something. But even then, I'm probably gonna be like, just hit me up on Instagram, whatever. Don't worry about it now.
I will never understand introvertedness. I will never get it.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard life.
Yeah.
It's a bad rap.
But like we said, like there's pros and cons of being extrovert too, So
Yeah.
mostly cons in my eyes. Or pros. Whoa.
I was about to say.
Reverse. Mostly pros.
Uno reverse.
Yeah, literally. That's so funny.
So you're definitely an extrovert then, right?
An extra extrovert.
Extra extrovert. Okay.
Yeah. Like mainly, like if I need to recharge, I like to be around people to
Really?
recharge.
Oh my God, we couldn't be more opposite.
But then it gets to that like point where I have like exuded like everything I have,
Yeah.
and then I really do have to recluse for a couple days and just like really. But I do get to that point, but it takes a lot to get me there.
That's me every day, even from work.
At the end of the day, you're just
I'm
like,
just like, I
I
don't wanna
need
fucking
my
see
zen
nobody.
time.
Yeah, people are like, come hang out with me. I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
He's like, you just asked me a question. I'm already overstimulated.
Yeah.
Like you blinked at me, like
Too
it's
many-
already
Too many noises
too much
coming out of your
energy.
mouth. Yeah, like I don't think, like, if you ever like, come on, Jim, we're gonna go hang out one night and we're gonna show you how I live my life, my nightlife or whatever. I would not. I'd probably be in the fucking ER by the end of the night.
Oh my God, the drama.
Oh, so dramatic.
The drama. Oh my gosh.
You missed that.
I love it.
No, but yeah, it's definitely, it's hard. But it's funny that like with business though, it's so much easier when you have a brick and mortar and people are coming into your place.
Yes. I would like to have a brick and mortar one day. I mean, it's so tough because
I thought you did.
so I operate out of my house right now.
I see.
Humble beginnings. So I just went.
Very good.
So I went from.
That's why you looked at me weird when I was like, I'm going to bring the girls down to your shop.
No, you can. I had a stranger come over with her daughter the other day, her 13-year-old, and they shopped in my garage. But I started in my upstairs side bedroom, and it was like literally packed, like from the ceiling to the floor, just close and close and close. Last week I moved to my garage, which that's my next step of like pushing my way out of my house.
It's like this.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, humble beginnings.
Sure.
Like it's just starting from where you can. And I have enough merchandise to be in a shop. I have,
Sure.
you know, it's just expensive.
It really is.
Like, I looked at a place and it was like $5,000 per month.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I want to make that. Like, I don't want to, like, if it was like a dope place, I guess it would make sense. But it's just like hole in the wall in like Jack's Beach.
You know what you need? You need to get like one of those like warehouse loft apartments. That's like there's a big ass warehouse and this little apartment, like just off to the side, inside the warehouse.
I live in a condo, and it like people come shop at my condo, but there's HOAs.
Yeah.
You can't park on the street, and it's just like a whole hot mess express. So even if I lived in a bigger house, where I could have people come park and multiple shoppers at once, that would be cool. But I don't know. I just like I do desire to have a shop one day.
I think that if what you're doing right now is working for you, then keep doing that
for as long as I can.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna ride this train for as long as I possibly can.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we're not even monetizing. So all this equipment, everything I've amassed over the years and just kind of out of my own pocket. But if you'd like to support the show, go on and you're on Apple Podcasts. There's a little support the show link at the bottom in the description.
Definitely
Click that.
send us support.
You know, I don't ask for money. I fucking hate begging for money. And, you know, I do plan on, you know, I just made another run of these shirts, but I don't know if I'm going to give them away to guests again or try and sell them.
Yeah, you should try to sell them. Maybe give them to a guest, but like definitely push them for sure.
Yeah, because they're
For
not
sure.
cheap to make, you know.
No,
but
merch is definitely not
I am
cheap.
using a local, you know, CD's Crafty Creations. She's local here in Jacksonville, and she does all that stuff out of her house.
Creations. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, her name's Christina, and that's CDs. At any rate, but yeah, that's her business, and I love supporting small business in any way I can. You know, and I may end up coming out to see you to try and get some new clothes. I don't just even just for one outfit. You know,
even if you wanted, because you said you don't like the social aspect, because sometimes I think that's what deters a lot of people from shopping, because there is an element of energy that can be draining for sure. Like it's a lot of just like trying on things and just like, I don't know, I don't look good in it.
Yeah.
So that's why the style box is so great, because it takes that element of stress out.
Right.
And it gives me the responsibility, which I gladly take on,
Yeah.
to figure out a vibe. And I also do try to like push you out of your comfort zone. I respect where you want to be, but I also am like, okay, if we can like stretch you 10% out or push you 10% out of the comfort zone, like that's good news to me. I love that.
Yeah, I think if somebody were to hand me, you know, there were
like if you're wearing all black and we put you in like a navy, that's 10% of it.
Sure.
That's 10% out of your comfort zone.
I mean, I'm already there's a few things that I do kind of like, you know, anyways. But yeah, I saw there were like, I don't know what it's called, but there was a style box I keep getting on my Instagram. It's one of those like for men things where, you know, you go in and they give you like 6 outfits or whatever it is, kind of similar to that, but I almost did it. It's a prescription. It's a subscription. So you pay monthly and you get like a new look every month or whatever.
See, I think
that's
a lot. It could become a lot, but
yeah. I mean, when I ended up breaking it down, I was like, I can't afford that. You know, like that's per month. You're talking like, you know, 12 months of $150 a month. I don't know if I could handle that. I think it's actually more than that. But I mean, like, so it's like each week you get a new look, and it's like another $150.
I guess I'd have to test it out before I like make judgment, because I want to initially say, yeah, that sounds crazy. But if they're giving you like really high end products, then maybe not so much. Maybe that's really cool.
Well, these are all like new clothes too. I think I would prefer the
vintage,
you know, stuff that's a little used. You know, it's like it's gonna fit you like you've been wearing it forever.
Right. Like there's nothing better than a used pair of denim.
Yeah.
Like it's just there's no feeling like it. Like a yummy pair of Levi's.
I haven't worn like real jeans in forever. I get those.
What do you wear? I didn't even
don't
notice.
know. Whatever I get it from TJ Maxx. Or not TJ Maxx, Ross. Yeah, I go to Ross. I'm just like, oh, these are jeans, but they're like stretchy.
But they're black.
It's either that or these like Walmart brand Dickies. You know, like that's it. Whatever feels good.
Whatever. So your ultimatum is like, I need to be comfortable.
It needs
like
to be
I need to be comfortable, and you like black because you just feel.
I don't know
saw the
why.
motorcycle outside.
Yeah, I do ride. I do ride.
He's down to ride.
That's right. So when you're like, I need to get that motor, like I thought about getting, like the open at the top army boots with the funky looking jeans and like the brown leather jacket. But I mean, it's, like I think these things in my head, but I'm like, it's not going to look good on me. Let me lose some pounds.
You just need to stop. I'm going to say it one more time. Cut it
Number
out.
9.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could get you like a sick leather jacket,
Mm-hmm.
get you some like new boots, like a pair of like cool like rider combat boots or something. Like no matter like whatever you need. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I find some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I find like really neat vintage Harley stuff.
Did you ever go to like the Army Navy surplus store and get stuff from there? No. Might be a look. Might
Actually,
be a thing.
where is that? Do we have one here in Jax?
I think
There's a few.
I think there's one right down here.
Army
I think they
surplus.
closed that
Oh, they
one.
closed that one.
There's one in Southside somewhere. Army Navy. It's called Army Navy Shop or something like that.
Yeah, it used to be the Army Navy surplus. And that's where people would go.
I go to Salvation Army, but not
Yeah.
the surplus store. I'll have to Google that.
Like they would actually you can get like brand new shirts that are like, the khaki, whatever what do you call them?
Well, you call them like waffle tops and stuff like
Yeah.
that. too.
Nice.
And all
Military gear is so in right now too.
Yeah.
And that's like the cool thing about combining like trends that are happening. Like trends come and go so quick.
Yeah.
But you can find that at the thrift store. Like the things that are already made that
Right.
you don't have
That's
to
what Cam always
purchase.
says.
And so like if tie-dye's in or camouflage is in, go to the freaking thrift store. You're gonna find a ton of camouflage. You're gonna find a ton of like whatever's popular. Like
Would you ever like make your own, like come out and make your own stuff, or would you only ever do vintage?
I would love to start making my own stuff. I don't know how to sew, which that's like my goal. Like I'm in school full time. It's already a lot on my plate, but
Yeah.
I want to sew or get a team because I have all these ideas in my head. And Savage at Peace and I were talking, and
Yeah.
he was like, "You got to start making your merch," and I'm like, "I freaking know."
So like merch for the business, like Disco Dolly stuff.
Yeah, like I've never printed anything that says Disco Dolly. I have stickers, but
I
I've
wonder
never.
if you just took like an old, like started taking like vintage shirts and just doing a little screen print right on. Like
No,
if
you
it's
could
like,
totally do that.
Yeah.
And just getting like stuff like that. I feel like I have decision paralysis, which is like the best advice that I would give business owners if you're trying to like own a business or
Yeah.
start a business. Is I really struggle with decision paralysis, which basically means I have all these ideas in my head, and it's not like I don't have the desire or the drive. That's not the case. It's just like I don't know which direction I want to go because I want to go so many directions, and then I end up not doing
Where you
any
start.
of it.
That's a trait for ADHD, right?
Yeah.
Do you write any of these things down?
Write what down?
Oh,
Like
your
your
ideas.
ideas.
Oh,
or are they
my
just in
gosh,
your
I have a
head?
spreadsheet. No,
Okay.
I totally am organized.
I was
with,
going to
like,
say she probably types it into a spreadsheet.
That's a
I
basis,
definitely have a
yeah.
spreadsheet of like things that I want to do, but I just feel like, how do I start? When do I start? Like what colors? I think that was like a huge thing that I had struggled with when I started Disco Dolly because I love so many colors. I'm like,
Yeah.
what colors do I brand with? And I couldn't start Disco Dolly. It felt like for so long. So I was like, I don't even know what colors that I want to do. Do I want to do pink? Do I want to do blue? Black? I don't know.
That color. I'm I don't know why I envisioned like a flannel shirt, like an old vintage flannel, on the pocket, just a little, like whatever, like if you had like a logo, just like a, like one little logo, like a
Yeah.
picture, like that, and just doing a small one about that big in pink, and literally you could just have like a little, like cookie cutter thing, pop it on there, and just roll it on, and let the paint
Just
dry.
easy. Yeah.
And
just
just
like
be done, and you don't have to go to a screen printer and all
Homemade.
that shit. It's homemade.
Well, my
and it's
old
your brand.
roommate back from when I was young is a screen printer in St. Augustine,
Okay.
and she's always like, let me help.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it'd be dope. I mean, some of the stuff I've seen, excuse me, coffee. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know that, I mean, I don't know, I might wear it.
I think what I get stressed about is like, there's so many brands that do like, just like you were saying,
Right.
like your t-shirts. And I don't want to be someone that's like trying to sell t-shirts and they're like, I already have like the gray beard. I already have all these t-shirts. I don't want another t-shirt
Right.
or I don't want another like hat. So I struggle with
Like what type of,
merch people want.
Yeah.
And I have asked my friends and they do say like hats and especially corduroy hats, but I feel like those are kind of trending right now. A lot
Sure.
of businesses do that. So I just feel like I want to be different, but also not try to like reinvent the wheel.
right. Well, for sure, guys,
So
we like t-shirts and hats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, A
Just
lot
the
of
way
dudes.
it
It is. And some things will never change.
I think we're both like walking jukeboxes. I feel like I could have a conversation just
For
like
sure.
sing my way through it via song lyrics.
Well, and you keep singing these like old songs that I like grew up with. So yeah.
Vintage, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I can't just talk the talk. I gotta walk the walk.
if you're in like a grocery store and like the store managers they have control over what genre of music that play over the intercoms.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know when it's somebody your age or, they play music from your childhood that you're always
Yeah.
singing or whatever. Like for me, if it's like the 80s, I start bopping around
Mm-hmm.
and singing, which is uncharacteristic for me. It's not something I normally do.
Introvert.
Yeah, I will not dance, but unless it's like in joking fashion. If I'm being
You're not going to be
stupid,
serious. Yeah.
Not at all.
And just so, what kind of music gets you like going?
It's a lot of like early 80s,
Like with a specific
80s to
band?
90s, in that range. I'll even listen to a lot of, it's just weird. Like I just know all these songs, like Foreigner and, fucking Prince. I love Prince,
Good one.
just all those type of bands from that era, even Madonna, I mean, like
Yeah,
Who's
but-
That Girl comes on. I'm like, who's that girl? I'm like, I don't even think about it. Could be at work and I'll just be singing, and I make people laugh that way.
I love
And
it.
then when I get a laugh, I'm like, yes,
Cha-ching.
yeah, for sure.
You know who I love?
Who?
I'm at UNF and I just took a rock and roll history class because I'm
Okay.
like basically done. I need just a few more credits left. And
Steven Tyler.
that should be everyone's favorite. I love ELO,
Okay.
Electric Light Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
I love ELO.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on ELO, and
Yeah.
I just think like so many of their songs are bangers, and they're just so talented. I just think there's just like a slept-on band.
It was something that, like music, somebody was asking me the other day, and it came up, and they said, how can you even name any bands from the? And at first I was pressed, and then when they walked away, I started just Sting, The Police, Shaka Khan, CNC Music Factory. I just started rattling off all these old bands and place things that I listened to on the radio. Because when you're little, I was little, and they were actually
And
played
you're
on the
just
radio.
absorbing everything. Yeah.
Yeah, back when MTV actually played music.
Yep. I feel like I hear that so much, and it is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true.
Well, then-
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. I mean, now it's just like if you want to watch music videos.
I'm
it's
thankful
like-
that I was in the era where they did play music.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the era where they were definitely starting to get more into reality TV.
So gross.
So I definitely got the best of both worlds. But now I don't watch it anymore, so I don't really know what's on it.
Hannah
but
Montana, get the best. Oh, sorry.
you can get the best. It's a Disney
You
Channel.
said best of both worlds.
It's Disney Channel, right?
Yeah.
What if you have to pee? What?
Oh my God, do you have to
You,
pee?
Yeah.
Well,
Go
I've
to
been.
the bathroom.
That's probably why I've been swiveling for so long.
You'll go out,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk shit about you.
Okay, that's fine. Because I literally probably have been looking so funny swiveling in my chair. 'cause I
No,
have to
go
pee so
ahead. Yeah,
bad.
just
Okay.
go
Dance.
through just like you
I'll
came
go
in.
so
Yeah, we're at
fast.
2 hours. So.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, if you want, we can wrap it up.
It's up to you.
See? Oh, I can't talk for more than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It
He's
goes
like,
by
you'd be
really fast.
surprised.
I told you, it goes by really
no,
fast.
you're so right.
And you got more to talk about.
I know, it's like we could keep going. I'm just super appreciative because I've done interviews, and especially like live interviews. I'm like on TV,
30
but
seconds if you're lucky.
yeah, and you feel like it goes so fast. You're like, okay, that sounded stupid because I had to like
Yeah.
spit everything out so quick. But thank you for making me feel so comfortable.
Good, I'm
This was
glad.
fun. This was super fun.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time. I had a good time. I'm glad that we got to know each other, and I think I can for sure call you my friend, and hopefully you call me your friend. Yeah. I don't take it lightly. Someone coming in here and sitting with me for 2 hours on with cameras in your face and microphones and shit. I really appreciate your time, and I value
thank
that.
you. Thank you for thinking of me. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll have to have you back on so
Oh
we
my
can finish your
gosh,
story.
we didn't even get all the way through. We got to keep going
telling you,
when I
we-
come back
yeah.
next time. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll pick up where we left
And
off.
then we can just talk about weird shit like aliens and stuff.
Oh, I love it. Like that's when it gets real.
That's my
fun.
favorite, when I have somebody back on for the second time and I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. We already know each other. It's fine. Let's just talk about whatever. So
I love that kind of ramble,
Absolutely.
chit chat.
well, give everybody, we already know it's discodollyvintage.com. And it's just Disco Dolly at Disco Dolly
Vintage Instagram.
on Instagram. And you're on Facebook as well, right?
I guess she's
I
on
followed you
Facebook,
on
but I
Facebook.
just don't really ever go on Facebook.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. I'm probably missing a market on Facebook.
Not really.
I just don't even.
A lot of boomers on there.
Easy fella.
boom.
Easy fucker.
I just don't really. I know I need to be better at media because I know that's the world we live in. Like I don't mess with TikTok. I don't mess with Facebook. There's a lot of probably avenues that I'm missing, and there's a lot of marketing, and my minor is marketing, so I know that I need to be doing all these things, but it's just like,
Yeah, but you already have a presence on Instagram. I say you lean into it.
Yeah.
That's the medium you like. That's what you know. So
I agree.
go on discodollyvintage.com and buy some shit online. Get some good clothes. Get yourself a new look. I might do it. Maybe next time you see me, I won't have. The whole thing will be different. I don't know.
Yeah, we should do that. Maybe next time when we come on, you'll be wearing one of the things I've curated
I'll
for
go
you.
vlog you trying to style me up.
That'll be fun.
And
Let's
then
do that.
then we'll play it on the show. That would be fun.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Absolutely. That's what's up. And also, don't forget to give us a subscribe and a follow on Instagram.
Yes.
It is the Graybeard Podcast on Instagram. And you can go over to my photography page if you feels like it. It's Graybeard Photo Co. And I think that's pretty much all I got going. And, hit the little bell so you know whenever we go live
Ding,
or
ding.
when we upload anything on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Like and subscribe. All that stuff. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun.